If we don't make eye contact, it's not gay.
I think you all remember the bargain we made about staying all night.
You can sleep on any furniture in the house, but do not remove the cloth from the Chakotay portrait in the master bedroom.
I think you all remember the bargain we made about staying all night.
If someone can go a round of what the dub without a Dreamwalker, QA or Ben joke, we all win $1 trillion. Keep your heads in the game.
Round's over. Let's vote.
Oh my word.
I'm voting for the Latvian gift basket. Thank you very much.
Here we go.
Welcome to What the Dub. The rules are simple. Each round, a video will play
Let's
with
try and make this
missing
as Star Trek as
dialogue.
possible if you
Each
can.
player enters their wittiest replacement dub. Players watch the dubs and vote on the best one. The player with the highest score at the end of the game wins. It's just that easy.
Okay. And chat, you'll get a thing to vote on soon.
Round one.
Nora, I think you're a little upset. Would you care for a sedative?
Dreamwalker Chakotay, why? Why?
Low-hanging fruit.
Extremely low hanging.
Nora, I think you're a little upset. Would you care for a sedative?
What? I thought Otto took all his sedatives before the show tonight.
Are we just gonna dunk on me the rest of the show?
Nora, I think you're a little upset. Would you care for a sedative?
The only thing that would me to sleep is Dreamwalker Chakotay's stats.
Miss Jones, let me introduce Professor Alexander Saxton.
Please, Saxton was my grandfather. Call me Sax Pot, all of my Starfleet Academy graduates do.
Miss Jones, let me introduce Professor Alexander Saxton.
No thank you, I've already cited Captain Saxton.
Miss Jones, let me introduce Professor Alexander Saxton.
He is best known for playing Wesley Crusher on the hit show Star Trek Voyager.
What was that?
He's summoning the Mugado. Damn it, Kirk, put on this deerskin.
What was that?
It's the updated flavor text for Sato.
What was that?
Idol's just talking about his spreadsheets again.
When they play it back.
the meaning of the inscription on this metal piece?
It's an ancient incantation. It reads, Mo tribbles, mo problems. Mo problems, mo QA gaps, mo timelines tops. You should throw this in the trash.
I wonder who had that really long one.
Meaning of the inscription on this metal piece.
Cute furry tribbles give Hoshi
Yeah.
evoke feelings affection.
Too easy! Too easy!
Metal piece.
Come on.
When we came here a few hours ago, the only thing we had in common was the $10,000 we'd get. Now, however, we share something else.
120 crons, a voyage token and a thanks for surviving lockdown.
When we came here a few hours ago, the only thing we had in common was the $10,000 we'd get. Now, however, we share something else.
6-pack remorse, a really bad case of venereal disease, and crocheted pictures of Captain Idol.
For Captain
When we came here a few hours ago, the only thing we had in common was the $10,000 we'd get. Now, however, we share something else.
The answer to the mystery of where Tribble Seaweed's middle finger is hiding.
Gentlemen, I will give you a guarantee.
Buy this Chekhov and we'll release an even worse crew with a superficial collection trait in the future.
Gentlemen, I will give you a guarantee.
If this event crew is still bad in 4 years, I'll give you a new one free of charge.
Gentlemen, I will give you a guarantee.
I guarantee you that Adira's art will never, ever, change, and that reunion stock and Coke will never be available in a 6-pack.
I'm quite excited because I want to see what people are coming up with.
Oh, I don't know why I'm so crazy about you.
Oh, yes, you do.
It's my Ophidian cane and how I use it to transport between time and space.
I don't know
It's the Eng Med. It drives all the Voyagers wild.
Oh, I don't know why I'm so crazy about you.
Oh, yes, you do.
I have great art and I'm a Chakotay variant. Don't forget about those stats.
Oh, I don't know why I'm so crazy about you.
Oh, yes, you do.
I just hit a natural 12-hour voyage, baby.
Oh, I don't know why I'm so crazy about you.
Oh, yes, you do.
I'm Tom. You called me Nick Locarno in bed.
Oh, I don't know why I'm so crazy about
He is a
Oh,
maverick.
yes, you do.
It's my massive evasion bonus.
Well, I can't afford not to go along with you, but let me tell you one thing.
As soon as this event is over, you're going back in cryo.
Well, I can't afford not to go along with you, but let me tell you one thing.
If you think I'm gonna buy Captain Tribble to finish that damn collection, you got another thing coming.
Well, I can't afford not to go along with you, but let me tell you one thing.
That pointing collection is going to be on every day now.
I can't afford not to go along with you, but let me tell you one thing.
I'll die before I take Dreamwalker Chakotay on a voyage.
Well, I can't afford not to go along with you, but let me tell you one thing.
I want really good mega crew in the next one.
I can't afford not to go along with you, but let me tell you one thing.
You give me one more fucking CMD, dip, suck, and you'll be sucking dilithium crystals to a straw.
Or, yeah. Alright, here we go.
What's happening now?
The pyro didn't go off. We cut the budget to make sure Shanter got his girdle.
What's happening now?
He just went in search of another QA manager. I don't think he's coming back. Anyhow, how's that Sato flavor text going?
Oh my god. Sorry, I'll try and stop laughing over the text.
What's happening now?
He got banned for 72 hours.
What's happening now?
Transporter Chief Murderer Rand is at it again.
What's happening now?
Chekhov will rise again from those ashes as the #1 Voyager.
Optimistic.
What's happening now?
Everyone is turning in their super rares. Enjoy 1,504th.
We'll be the
Why
judge.
do you treat me like this? When you know how I feel about you?
Because you're just a dumb, stupid video game addict. It's either this or StarCraft, you loser. Suck it up.
Why do
Hey,
you
I like
treat me like
StarCraft.
this? When you know how I feel about you?
Good God, woman, I'm Voyage rank 265. You can do better.
Why do you treat me like this? When you know how I feel about you?
I heard you've been using the Captain Proton ship in Arena, before it was cool.
Why do you treat me like this? When you know how I feel about you?
Because I know you'll keep pulling on Tuesday packs no matter what I put in there. You know what's coming up next? A 2-skiller, CMD, Med. 3 asterisk.
3 asterisks.
Why do you treat me like this?
3
When you
asterisks.
know how I feel about you?
Tribble emotes.
Why do you treat me like this? When you know how I feel about you?
For the last time, you don't have a collection, you have a skin condition.
Everyone's a critic.
Most
How did you know?
That's all I need.
Folks, it's going to be all dick jokes from here on out. Just
I
listen.
appreciate the honesty.
8 to 10 seconds, that's all I need.
That first to max on blue balls Wesley will be mine.
But you won't go along with that. 8 to 10 seconds, that's all I need.
If WRG's servers worked at the start of an event, that's all the time I need to get my kickstart done.
But you won't go along with that. 8 to 10 seconds, that's all I need.
Cute furry tribbles give Hoshi only evoke feelings affection.
You won't go along with that.
That's all I need.
Are you talking about your ship ability or last night's date?
But you won't go along with that. 8 to 10 seconds, that's all I need.
I'm Wesley Crusher and you're Robin Leffer. You're pretty.
But you won't go along with it.
I have shaved the mutate.
That's meant to be Mugasu.
Yes, I am.
Oh, right.
Shit. You did.
Worf is on his way. Prepare Star's orifices.
Yes, I understand.
Orifices?
That's clean, right?
Yes.
Captain Janeway tells me I'm special just the way I am and to report to Cargo Bay 5 for a special away mission.
That's amazing.
They keep saying amazing value for the $100 offer.
Yes, I understand.
Dreamwalker Chakotay reporting for duty.
Yes, I understand.
Walker, hello. Gotta start every show.
I
with a-
legit listening to our intro, like, oh yeah, it's tossed salad and scrambled eggs. Yeah, nice.
Hello, we're here at the Butterzone. Otto will be along shortly. He, in his own words, when I messaged him to say, where are you, went, fuck, I forgot. So he will be here soon. It's the first time it's ever happened, to be fair. Like, it's not too bad. In the 4 years. But anyway, welcome to the Butterzone. Let's just chill and talk about stuff and what's going to happen. We thought, well, it's the end of the year. It's a spectacular. We're all wearing spectacles. That's how that works, right?
No,
How are you, Stars?
No. I'm well, actually. I got to finish off work nice and easy. I've got tomorrow off, so I can just bum around and greet the new year in my pants.
Nice.
It's going to be great. And you've been talking to me about doing a Mass Effect long play, which I am way into.
Danielle, thank you for subscribing. Yes. This is the plan. We have been. I think I said it on the.
Oh, happy birthday!
Is it Danielle's birthday as well?
That's what I said. Oh, it's my birthday.
How am I missing? Oh, my one chat hasn't updated the other. Oh yeah, okay, yeah. Well, happy birthday to you. Yeah.
I can read, but you know.
No, I've got two chats on the screen. I've got the Restream chat and I've got the Twitch one, but the Restream one didn't update the Twitch one for some reason. So I'm now.
Did you think I would just randomly make up that it was someone's birthday?
No, I thought you were saying it to me at first. I was just like, what? Like, no. I got very confused there. Sorry, I had a moment. My brain was on Mass Effect. Anyway, yeah, we're gonna do Mass
senior
Effect.
moment, perhaps.
A senior moment, yes. I am 1 year away from hitting 40, so that is a legitimate concern of mine.
Oh, well, you're basically already dead.
I've done that. I've done that so many times when I've driven home from work, and I've just either been listening to music or in my own head, and you drive down, you look around and go, where the hell am I? At that moment, you just drive and just like, I can't remember the last 20 minutes of my journey. Am I close to home, or am I? And I have to look around for like landmarks and go like, I don't recognize this road. Have I missed a turn?
Do you not have a GPS?
Oh no, wait, I know where I am. I know where I am.
Do you not have a GPS?
Yeah, I've got a sat nav, but I don't have it on because it's my journey to work. Like, I just go back and forth. I do that all the time. It's just sometimes I just sit there.
And yet, clearly,
I used to have a word for it. I mean, I used to have me and my friend Katie. I used to give her lifts to college back in the day, and used to have a word for that. Like when if you're on the bus and you're not paying attention, if you're on the car and you're not really paying attention, we used to call it you're in the zebra zone. Don't know why we called it that, but it was just you're in. It's like don't know where I am.
Zebras known for spacing out.
Yeah, well, apparently they are. The zebra is often known for walking and not knowing where they are, and then getting mauled by lions. Perhaps, who knows? It's what happens. Survival in the animal world. Yeah, we're gonna do Mass Effect.
I'm so looking forward to it.
I am so looking forward to that as well. That's going to be our 2024 thing. I think we were talking about putting it in the games lineup, but it's such an ambitious thing because it's huge. Like, it's going to take we're going to be doing it for like 50 episodes, I reckon.
I mean, easily, because it's the case of, as I recall, if you do everything, it's roughly a 40 to 50 hour game.
Yeah. Easily.
And then you have to add the stream tax, which is us being stupid. I mean, I feel like you and I have played Mass Effect 1, 2, and 3 enough that we'll basically remember how everything goes.
Yeah. There won't be too many like pathfinding things or
what the fuck do I do? It's
that's not
like For example, the Archangel recruitment mission, fucking Mass Effect 2, I could probably walk you through that verbally now because I played it so many goddamn times.
The one on the 3 tiers of the two or 3 tier mission where you're on the building and you got the people walking
the penthouse,
in. And then they get the people they explode in. Yeah, I remember that mission like the back of my hand.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. See, it's gonna be great. But I also feel like it's such a good synergy for it. It's such a good Star Trek game, like in terms of like the world building and how, like, it is Star Trek with guns, really.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, an action-based Star Trek game, but like, I feel like it kind of falls that beautiful moment between like Star Trek and Babylon. Babylon 5, where it's like you've got this already such baked-in lore for like your characters, like these races. Like the Asari, the Turians, and the Solarians, like they have such a rich backstory. Just from the first game, you feel like, oh wow, this is a complete universe. Like this is so good. That's kind of the big thing. But like, I was speaking of the Archangel mission. Like, I wish I could forget that game because I wish I could just revisit the pure joy when he reveals his face. It's like, haha, it's Garrus. I can't spoilers, but it's Garrus. Like, yeah,
spoilers for this like 12-year-old game. Yeah, no, fucking every time someone sees that it's Garrus, it's like, buddy.
Yeah, it literally is. And there is an option in Mass Effect 1 where you don't take him. Like, why would you do that?
Can't even imagine.
Like
what does that game even look like? Like, yeah, can you think about the fact that there is a world out there where you can finish Mass Effect 1 with Rex dead, Garrus not having joined your party, and with fucking Ashley in the party? Like, oh god.
Yeah, well, it's
That's
gonna
the
be
worst
interesting
possible timeline.
because we're gonna let chat decide the big decisions like that, like Ashley versus Caden.
I don't know. I feel like chat is gonna hear Ashley say, "I can't tell the aliens from the animals," and they're gonna have the exact same fucking reaction everyone does, which is, the fuck, bitch.
Yeah, I have taken Ashley a couple of times on some playthroughs just for the variety, and yeah, she didn't get any better really. But...
she gets a tiny bit better in 3, but it's like I don't really. I
like
Caden more. Caden's alright actually.
Caden's cool. I just it does annoy me in 2 whether you pick Ashley or Caden. They're just like, you kind of get that moment just like, I'm on the Horizon Call. It's all your fault. I'm like, what you mean? I just come back from the dead. I don't know what's going on.
It's like the invisible structures of the plot are pointing me in a direction I can't seem to go.
Exactly.
It's called linear game design. You don't understand, Caden.
It's the Terrence Howard looking at the Iron Man suit in Iron Man 1 saying, next time, baby.
One day, baby. Yeah, exactly.
And then getting recast. So, I've been literally fiddling around with it just before we started. We're going to have some mods as well, so it's going to be some things are going to be a bit fresh for both of us. I think it's going to be some cut content or restored and some new things and some new systems and things like that. Assuming it all works, I've yet to test it all, but
no, I can't wait for it to put it all in. It's just like breaks apart like a Chinese motorcycle.
Well, I was just starting up. I was already fighting with the EA launcher, which is a pile of dog shit.
Oh well, the EA launcher. Yeah,
it's like you logged into the wrong account, so this isn't on your account, so you can't play it. I'm like, I bought the fucking game. I got it. It's here. Leave me alone.
Remember the days when you just put a disc in, it would play?
Yeah, those were the days.
To be fair, I still can do that with my PS5. So
I was going to say, yeah. Like a lot of things I'm fine. Anything on Steam that doesn't require a launcher is fine, but for some reason I'm just like, I need a crack. I need to crack for this game so I don't have to deal with this bullshit.
Yeah, fair.
But yeah, no, I'm excited for Mass Effect. That'll be its own thing. I think we'll do that like once a month, and that'll keep us going for a long time. So it doesn't kind of interrupt the flow.
If we do it once a month, it's gonna be like forever. Come on, we've got to do it more than once a month.
We'll see what we can do. We'll squeeze it in once in a while.
I will make time for Mass Effect.
Yeah, it's some good shit. We should. That's something we should tier. We should actually tier Mass Effect characters. Aside from Shepard.
You know what? Let's do that since Otto's not here.
You find one. You find me a tier.
I will find you a tier maker. Let's see. Mass Effect character.
Tier maker. Because you thought we couldn't get away with tiering for one thing. So yeah, 2023 was fun. It was definitely an interesting year. Bullshit for Britain, but hey, that's what it is. Sorry, just pouring myself a beer.
No, you're all good.
We had a good year. We did a lot of Treks. We did a lot of Strange New World stuff. We did some new things that worked, some other new things that didn't, but worth a try. I think next year we're working out some other new things. Oh yeah, that was one thing I wanted to. Here he is. Oh, he got in there. He heard, oh no, we're gonna tier something. He's like, no, I've got to put a stop to that. Oh no, that's the wrong. Here he is, eating crisps, fashionably late.
As always.
What up, buddy?
Is this one complete?
Keep going.
Hey, I'm doing my research here, buddy.
He's doing some research. We're tempted to start tiering things without you.
It's for a series you don't know, to be fair.
Yeah,
so,
I was gonna say.
Really...
We were talking
I
about.
found. You know what? We'll save this one. We'll save
Okay,
this one.
save that one. That'd be a good one for later.
I'm gonna put it in the show chat, and I'm gonna pin that.
Auto, my friend, how are you? How's dinner?
I'm all right. You gotta let me work into the flow. You guys are
Okay,
already going.
sorry.
So.
Where were we? Oh yeah, we were talking about 2023. Like 2023 for us, we did some different things. We changed. We rebranded Trek Time. We did that. That was something we did.
Two women at warp. Yeah, I remember.
Women at warp. That seems to have been a thing. Like we're moving away from timelines, which I think was kind of the better decision. One of the better decisions we've had. And eventually next year, moving away from almost completely. We'll have episode 100 of Timelines Talks, and I'm not doing that anymore. I'm still playing. I'm the only one here that does.
And how's that working out for you?
It's okay. I'm in a happy place with it. I'm buying the Uber campaign, so I've got that under my belt, and that's about it. And I'm participating in this week's event, and I'm doing my missions. I'm seeing some cool new characters, some fun looking art, and I'm enjoying it. The continued mission was
How is your command dip psi?
Oh, it's
I was just gonna say, I think the one thing that broke me was like, players look forward to collecting new characters and the art and everything, but they all have the exact same skill set, no matter who they are in the show.
Nice.
So it's like, it makes it so unfun that you stop looking forward to things and then you just fall off the wagon.
We even had an award last year saying stop releasing so many fucking dip command set crew. Just so numerous.
And they're like, oh, we'll make it psi.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh yeah, so I told him General Dakra has science. It's like, what?
Yeah.
Yeah, it makes zero sense.
Yeah,
no
my
security,
exact
by the way.
reaction- Yeah. For what? For what? The science of getting murdered? Like what?
He's a wartime general who engages in Mokbar combat during the episode.
Literally.
No security. Gotta give him
Literally.
science.
It's stupid.
Creatively bankrupt.
Yeah.
It's absolute trash. Anyway, for timelines, we're doing that. We're going to stay and do 100. I don't know what to do for 100. I'm half trying to work out what to do. Like, whether we just go...
I told you, just skip to 100. You don't have to do 3 more episodes.
No. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. Because I think Frank and Dan want to do it. So Dan's still enthusiastic about it. Bless him. So there was that. So, kind of stopping and starting and doing that and then going, yeah, that's fine. But I'm in a happy place with the game. That's fine. I don't mind. But we did...
So what were you going to do?
What were we going to do? We were going to test 2 things you know nothing about, which was Mass Effect characters and X-Men Marvel characters. So we'll save those for when it's me and Stars.
Go for it.
You know what? If he wants to do it, let's get the 2, we know these characters, and then we can get a completely, what's your vibe on this character?
That's a cool
Do they look like a good person?
Yeah, that's not
Do they look nice?
That's not a bad shout. That's cool.
I'm down.
Okay, we'll do that in a bit.
Alright.
I just want to talk a little bit about how is your guys' 2023? Like, I know, there's a lot of ups and downs with this year, like all over various countries and things like that. But I just want to see, like, how did things go for you this year, the goods and the bads?
I think it was a pretty good year. Got Sea Auto, which is awesome. Strange New World Season 2 was awesome. Was that this year? I feel like
thought
it
that
was
was
this year.
last year.
Wasn't it? Time is warped and space is bendable.
I could have
feel
sworn
like
that was
No, it was definitely this year.
No, because it was Strange New World Season 1 was on. Because you reviewed it together.
What?
Oh,
This
it's
year's
true,
season
yeah.
2.
No, it was.
No.
He's right. It was last year because we reviewed the Gorn episode together. That was season 1. He's right.
Yeah.
I've already got it locked. Guess what? It happened every year because I wanted it to happen every year.
Episode 1 with the Broken Circle, June 2023.
Yeah, Broken Circle was season 2.
Yeah, that's why I said season 2 was all this year.
Yeah, but you reviewed season
but I was
1
saying,
together.
yeah. I thought that I went over to your place on this year, and I was being wrong.
Yeah, why are we talking about 2 years ago?
Because I forgot. Because I was like, oh,
We said Strange New Worlds this year. It was great.
All right, okay.
All right. I had a good year. I don't care. I had a great time. You guys are still with me. Brody's still beautiful and wonderful. lot of good video games came out. Doctor Who is good again.
Doctor Who is good again.
I might be getting a promotion at work. I'm happy. I'm good.
Ooh.
Maybe.
Who are you going to assassinate?
Yeah.
I was already dead.
Just paperwork now.
Yeah, no. It's just like sorting out where the body goes.
Does this mean you get to say like, aha, Wednesdays, I can no longer do Wednesdays at all? I am not.
Oh, I already had that locked in. But it basically just means that I won't.
He gave him the 5-point hollow palm strike, and he's gonna get promoted in about a month.
Yeah. No, I'll just get promoted up to supervisor. But to be fair, it means more pay and less hours, so I'm happy with that.
That's the way, isn't it? The more money you make, the less you have to work. Probably that doesn't always happen.
But most of the time, one hopes. One
My
can
line of
dream.
work, it does. How about you, Otto?
I liked Strange New Worlds this year. It was good.
It was a very good year. We've also got we've also had quite a lot of I know what you mean about the years conflating together, because we've had 4 seasons of Lower Decks, and I could have sworn they've only come out in the last couple of years, but it has actually been like 3 or 4 years of Lower Decks now. It's crazy.
It's weird to think about, isn't it?
Yeah, when did that start? That must have started like 2018, 2019. When did that?
I feel like 2018. I feel like 2018.
2020. Okay, so they must have put a couple of seasons in one.
Oh, they've been cranking that out, huh?
Yeah,
Wow,
that feels like it.
I was watching an episode of Frasier, the new Frasier.
Okay. Any good?
Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, you really want classic Frasier. Like with New Trek, if you love Berman stuff, you kind of want the Berman stuff, but it's never going to be the same. But there's an episode. They do 2 really like cute directorial camera choices. One of them is these 2 characters are talking to each other. One of them holds up a mirror so that the other one sees what they look like. But they had a great camera angle where it like bounces off the mirror so you can see the other character even though it's back to you. So I go through his IMDb. I'm like, oh, dude, if he's a Trek director at some point, I gotta start looking up the episodes and see. But it was all like sitcom, like George Lopez show, and I was a little bit let down. But I'm like, hey, this guy's a great director.
Get him in there.
Get him in Trek. But yeah, no. So, like, the other thing is like we're going to go on to 2024 now.
Idol struggles without like a 2 block hour of tearing. He's like, what can we talk?
No, I struggle without kind of any like coherent plan. Like I need like the next thing when there's silence. No. I mean, I want to just talk about like 2024, like hopes and dreams and things like that, because like 2023 was okay for me. There was some things going on, like my health is like terrible. Not like as in I'm ill or anything, but like I've eaten the worst food and had the worst exercise and things like that. And like next year is going to be do the typical January 1st. I'm gonna get exercise. I'm gonna get fit and do my workouts and things like that. And guaranteed by like January the 5th, I'm like fuck this, but I'm gonna try.
So what do you normally eat when you're on the road? Because you drive a lot for work, yeah?
I do. I mean, the fact that I pass 3 McDonald's on the way to work does not help. And it is through sheer willpower that I'm not another 20 pounds heavier. But there are the occasions it catches me out. But it's sandwiches and things like that. It is whatever I can find on the way, things like that. Occasionally I will manage to pack a sandwich. And with the office where I'm based, I do have a little rice cooker there. So that's helpful. And we're actually getting an air fryer, which is kind of cool. It gives me some more options.
Wow. You actually have
I'm getting an office air fryer.
I can't believe you're giving live to the meme. I can't believe it.
No, air fryer. I'm an air fryer apologist. I love mine.
I actually can't stand fast food. Like I'd rather just go hungry than eat it. The quality is so low these days, and it costs the same as like a mom and pop restaurant. So
you're not wrong.
I mean, like, there was a period, I used to, right, here we go, I don't think I've told this story. I used to be a Segway racing instructor, right? This is like one of those would I lie to you moments, isn't it? No, this is genuinely true. I used to be a Segway racing instructor. I used to work down the seafront, and I used to, like, have, like, 4 or 5 Segways, get people on them, and then, like, they'd race
What way did he lean?
What way to lean? Either. Well, it was a right leaning track. It was a right leaning track. But, so that was fun. So that was my summer. But every day there was a Subway at the end of my road. Somewhere I lived in town. There was a Subway at the end of the road. I used to go there, buy a foot long, and I would have a half for lunch and a half for my dinner because I was working like 11-hour shifts. And by about 3 or 4 weeks in, I got this lump in my stomach that was really solid, hard lump that would not go away and was starting to cause me pain. So I was like, all right, I'll stop the Subways, and then it just went away. And I was like, okay, right, that's a dietary adjustment I need to figure out.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's wow. Okay, that's actually worrying.
That's me having like Italian BMTs and like meatball marinaras for like 6 days a week.
You had a tiny twin embryo growing. It was like a Tucker unexpected moment. It was about to pop off and start walking around and hosting game shows and stuff.
Hello and welcome to Download Talks. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, that was. I can't remember what led me to that.
So you were asking for show ideas.
Oh yeah.
For the new year, I think we mentioned before we need to do like 2 truths and a lie. We'll look for the most like obscure Trek trivia we can find.
I'm gonna write that down because that's cool. That's a good one. Hang on. Where's my notes? Because I also thought of sort of 2 truths and a lie. Where are my fucking notes? There they are. 2 truths. I've also got something else I want to put on there as well. Two truths and a lie. That's a cool one. I also thought of, like, and I mentioned that as well, like the what ifs as well. If we come in with like 3 what if scenarios and discuss them, I thought that'd be quite a cool one. Like, you know, say like what if Picard hadn't died or had died at the Battle of War 359, or you know, what if Harry Kim had passed away after Scorpion and been replaced with Barry Kim or something like that. Myriad universes kind of stuff.
You'll never find another ops like mine.
What if they had done a musical in Voyager? Things like that. Like what if? So we come in with like 3 different ones and get some guests in for that one. That could be a cool idea. I like that.
I feel like it would have been good, honestly.
Yeah, I don't know, because we kind of like we're moving towards like the Treks are our thing now. That's like our staple diet of content is just trekking and walking and talking about episodes. As our Wednesdays are now just kind of going to be games. Walker games and the odd Trek show. Have I got a Walker button? I don't have a Walker button. Why don't I have a Walker button?
You should have a Walker button. Hang on. Give me a second.
The only button I got is the random one now. No? Yes?
Walker.
There we go. Finally found it.
I don't know why that's duplicating for some reason.
You sure it's not intentional for the weirdness of the sound clip?
Probably.
And what the dub is the rest of our staple.
What the dub, yeah. Actually, I've installed a load of Jackbox games as well, so that's going to be a fun one as well.
Trek is the command Psi of Trek Time shows.
No, once we get out the doldrums of the early season, we just did Justice, didn't we? And oh my god, I've never seen Auto look so depressed.
Don't.
It was hard work.
Because it's like, it gets memed on, right? And it gets memed on as being like so funny, so bad it's funny, but it's like, nah, you're watching it and you're like, fuck, this is trash.
It's actually bad.
Fuck this.
Actually, I have a little bit of a hangover from that today. I'm still feeling a little bit gross.
I'm not a Trek hangover.
Well, good news is, like, there's good episodes coming.
Let's do a Trek of the Inner Light now, right now, so the others can't get their filthy hands all over.
That's true. Yeah, we'll have to pre-book that one, won't we? I think that can be a veto.
It's so weird. None of you can. It's so bad.
Which is why when
I
do the motion picture,
that the other day.
Oh, go on.
Go ahead.
No, when I do the motion picture, I'm just doing it on my own. It's just gonna be me.
Right. Actually, I've tried to. You and Shy, I think, like a certain kind of sci-fi that I particularly don't, and I think I'm trying to let you guys open up my mind to that. I feel it's no less legitimate than like story-driven stuff, and so I'm
what do you feel
trying
about
to get
films
into
like
it more. So.
Alien or
I haven't seen a lot of
2001: A Space Odyssey because
I'd like to point out like Alien is not the same as TMP. They are not even remotely similar.
Yeah, but I mean, okay, maybe 2001 is a better comparison.
Yes, 2001 is a legitimate comparison because that was an actual inspiration. Alien is not.
No, it's not. But it's that same era of groundbreaking science fiction era of doing things. Cause...
Damn, you can come on for the motion picture.
Yeah,
then.
We'll get you on for that one.
Actually, I think we were talking about reviewing the movies in earnest. So.
There was another one because you were talking about you've not seen a lot of like classic sci-fi or other sci-fi films. I think it was because we're going to branch out and use the Trek formula.
Don't even. That is such an insulting concept, by the way.
What do you?
It's like he's so dumb.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying you haven't seen it. That's why I wanted to call the series "Educating Auto" because like we get you in
that's
there.
not at all diminutive.
No, okay. No, but I mean, if you've not seen it, like, when would you by
call
choice
it Driving Miss Auto? Like, I'd show up.
Oh, there you go. There you go. That's way better, actually.
It's a very tiny kitty.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, because like you say, you've not seen a lot of classic science fiction things or like some of the main staples, and like I've always wanted to do a proper rewatch of some of these series, but I don't know.
I was watching something. I got to look up the name. It was with Kirk Douglas. It was like a 70s sci-fi movie. It was Saturn III, 1980 British sci-fi film.
Never even heard of that.
Farrah Fawcett, Kirk Douglas, and Harvey Keitel. Dude, it was so fucking weird. It was like Terminator, basically, in space.
Oh, weird.
I don't know, you're making that sound better with Terminator in space.
In space! Alright, so I was actually thinking about this the other day. Part of why I like the Inner Light so much. Other stuff that I've rated highly, like, well, for example, the 2 Strange New World Season 2 episodes, those old scientists under the Cloak of War, they have a lot of pre-existing story built in with the characters. And I think what Inner Light does especially well is they build a civilization and characters from the ground up. Like, there's no backstory to pull from, which when you have 42 minutes, that makes it a lot easier, because a lot of stuff that's already sketched in, you don't have to draw as much on the page to have a complete picture. They do all this stuff from the ground up and still make them, like, empathetic. Is that the right word?
Well,
Like,
you feel it when you lose
yeah.
them. Yeah, like characters that you have an emotional relation to, which is
His
guess
wife
what?
dies, and I cry like almost every time. And it's and you've only seen her for like 25 minutes, but she tells him she puts away his shoes for him. It's like, oh,
It was like the
that's so
start of
sweet.
Up. You've seen Up, haven't you? The Pixar film with the old
Yeah.
All right.
Add it to the Driving Miss Auto selection, because I haven't seen that.
Oh,
one.
you've not seen... Oh, God, that's
I was
going
gonna
to
say
destroy you.
that, like, well, no, that first like 10 minutes of that would destroy you. Like, it honestly, it does me as well. Like, there's nothing said, but you get the whole story of this man's life, and it's just like, wow, the film hasn't even started yet, and I'm already crying. What's going on?
Yeah. Well, it's like, so speaking as someone who does creative stuff, like, not obviously not on this level. Like, I write tabletop campaigns, I do like other things that are all creative, and it's like, yeah, it's legitimately hard to create a character out of wholesale cloth and be like, cool, you care about them now. It's hard to do that, because it's like, if one thing, if you have pre-existing characters, it's like, I can rely on your general feelings about that character and the general perception of that character to at least inform how you feel about it. But it's like, cool, you're coming in dry. Who are these characters? Why do I care? That's hard. That's tricky. So, like, getting it across 25 minutes, yeah.
I used to do. I remember doing for creative writing class. I did a Voyager story, and I wrote about Tom Paris. And at one point, I said he's kind of a loner, but then I mentioned that he has a wife and kid, and she like took points off. She's like, those two things clash, and I realized I have all this story filled in my head, but I couldn't get it I forgot to put it on the paper, because I'm, in my head they already have these characteristics, and so it's hard to put everything that the writer needs to know, because you already have it in your head. It's easy to forget to put certain things in there that make it a coherent story. By the way, are you wearing a Bond shirt?
Oh, me? No, I am wearing an X-Men shirt, actually.
Oh, I thought it said 007.
No, it says 97, because the new show that's coming out.
Of course, yeah. When's that starting? Because I'm quite excited.
I believe it's in about 3 or 4 months.
Oh, wow.
Actually.
Oh, okay. Oh, well, yeah.
Looking forward to it.
I am needlessly excited for this Bond project that you're working on, that we're going to be doing.
It should be fun.
I'm
really
looking
excited
forward
for
to
it.
this. I genuinely am, because like I want to rewatch. The
Because
Bonds
you
I've
don't have
not
to be in
watched.
charge.
Well, no, not just that, but like I'm excited to like watch Bond films, like, and then take notes, and I want to kind of get Louisa in like watching them with me as well, because it's like one of those like we can watch, because we struggle to find films or TV shows we want to watch together that aren't cooking programs these days. So it's just like, come and watch Bond with me maybe, and if you don't like it, you can just look at your phone. That's fine.
Well, it's also a case of like Bond has a degree of legitimacy because it has been around so long, like it's part of the cultural landscape. So it's like, well, I mean, it's I feel like, especially back in the day, it did have quite a reputation, but especially with like the Craig films, like I think they've really cleaned up their reputation and they're a bit more seen as legitimate, I guess, which I think is something they were kind of trying to achieve because
Yeah,
I feel like
because
for a long
Brosnan
time it
started
was like,
strong. Brosnan started strong, like
Yeah.
GoldenEye, and I really liked Tomorrow Never Dies. That was kind of one of my
Tomorrow
favorites.
Never Dies is amazing. I will
Yeah.
fight anyone who says that movie's not good because,
it's
like,
great.
if you go through the script for Tomorrow Never Dies, it is one of the zingiest scripts ever. Like, every other line, there's a killer. It's so fucking funny.
Except just the
He's
overall plot.
actually, I think of him more actually in Mrs. Doubtfire.
Really?
It's like the wife's new boyfriend, you know. That's the thing I always think of Brosnan in. So
Oh my god, you're a philistine.
I think I'd watch
We'll
Pierce
change
Brosnan
that.
in Bond.
good movie though.
And like he was
It
always
is a
Bond.
good movie.
He was always Bond. I hadn't seen him in anything else, and then I watched Hot Fuzz and just went, "Oh right, yeah, he can play other things as well." Oh no, wait, that's the other one. That's the other Bond. That's
Timothy Dalton. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh well, no, ignore what I just said then.
He's also in Doctor Who as well.
He is. He's Rassilon.
That's
Isn't he?
He was
Yeah.
Rassilon. Yeah.
Yeah, forgot about
Yeah,
that.
whenever I see Daniel Craig do comedy, I'm like, who the fuck is this guy?
Yeah, no, I remember watching him in Logan Lucky, and you can hear the prototype for his Benoit Blanc Knives Out accent in there. It's
Oh, I
hilarious.
need to watch that. Like that's something I've.
Oh, Logan Lucky's so good.
Oh no,
Logan
and
Lucky's
Knives
really
Out was
good,
talking
actually.
about it. I've heard good
You
stuff.
haven't? Oh
I've
my
not seen
god,
Knives Out,
dude!
no.
Watch Knives Out. Knives Out's so fucking good.
I'm behind. I spent
Knives
the
Out's
last. I have spent the last like 3 weeks watching Godzilla films and catching up on Monarch just because of.
Well, okay, you know what? That's fine. I'll let you off on that. What because you've been watching?
I've been doing the modern one. So I did 2014. I did King of Monsters, and then I've just watched Godzilla vs.
Godzilla X Kong. Yeah.
V-Kong. Yeah. God, yeah. I need to find somewhere to watch Zero, but I feel like I'm gonna have to wait for that to come to streaming because.
Well, it is on cinemas. Like you can.
Yeah,
I
but not the
don't
one-
even know if it'd be a cinema where you are.
Yeah, not near me. We're pretty far out. But yeah, looking forward to that.
I've promised Otto a few Godzilla movies. I intend to make good on that.
I feel like that should be going. Some of the classic ones, like the old ones, should go in the roster of like.
Oh
stuff to
yeah,
watch.
like Godzilla vs Mechagodzilla, the first one from 1974. That's a fucking bona fide classic.
All right, so what did you think about Andy Griffith? Because we watched 3 episodes the other day. I gave him the primer. I don't necessarily need to do more, but I needed him to know, like, what that show does to like this part of my psyche. It's like part of it, what makes me me. So I just wanted to introduce him to that. What did you think about that?
So obviously, it's a case of it's a sitcom from the 60s. It is the 60s, right? 1964.
Yeah,
I think it's
1960 is when
Yeah.
it started.
Yeah, and it's like, so there's a certain. I know exactly what I'm looking at. There's no illusion of reality. It's like very much it's filmed in front of a
WandaVision.
live studio audience.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But I kind of appreciate that because you don't really get that anymore. Like I feel like most sitcoms nowadays are
they're
very different in style. Like if you compare something like even something really good like Brooklyn Nine-Nine, it's completely different in tone and how it approaches comedy than something like the Andy Griffith Show, where it's like Andy Griffith Show. It's like you can see the jokes coming a mile away, but they're usually pretty funny even still. Like they take the time to set up the joke. You can look at the elements of the scene. You kind of understand who the characters are just by looking at them. Really, like you look at Barney and it's pretty obvious what kind of character he is. You look
Yeah,
at
the
Aunt
thin,
B, it's pretty
wiry-
obvious. Yeah, the kind of the goof. You know, you got Aunt B. It's like, okay, yeah, no, that's a pretty obvious like homemaker character. But they're just good versions of like I'm happy with tropes as long as they're executed well. And it had heart. Like honestly, it's a case of like it wasn't mean spirited in any way. In fact, it was like incredibly good spirited, which is something I really do appreciate in media.
It's very
when it's just like
wholesome,
yeah, it's positive. It's like sometimes you just this is something I couldn't grok with like Game of Thrones and shit like that. I'm just like I can't engage with media that is that determinedly negative and just unpleasant. Like I know the Game of Thrones, for example, does have positive moments in it and like moments of good growth. But every time I hear my boyfriend talk about it, I'm like, this sounds like fucking depressing. Why do you watch this shit?
It's
But like,
yeah,
it's like misery porn a little bit.
it's
Like,
a little
you know,
bit misery
in
porn,
places
and then it
anyway.
turns into just this episode is terrible porn.
Yeah, exactly. Whereas like Andy Griffith is like this. I feel I come away from it. I feel a bit uplifted. It's like, yeah, I feel I have a bit more of a pep in my step for doing
I feel
it.
like there is a resurgence of that coming, because I think not because it's the catalyst, but since in my review of like Strange New Worlds and sort of like especially the Lower Decks episode has been a very, people want the very straightforward, wholesome episodes that they can watch and go like, yeah, this is great, like Nepenthe as well. You know, this just felt good. I want to watch something that makes me feel good. I feel like there is a slight resurgence of that coming, not just in Star Trek but in other media as well. I feel like people just want to kind of watch telly and not have to worry about their emotions.
I might have to rewatch. I did just rewatch season 3. I might have to rewatch everything, but I think it's in my top 2 episodes of across all 3 seasons. Season 3 had a fun episode where Geordi shows up, but yeah, Nepenthe is like, because season 1 is very dark and dreary.
Yeah,
and you know, it's such a downer, and then season 7 is like an oasis in the middle of the desert. You show up, he's making pizza, he's showing you his Google Home setup. It's like it's really just it's not, it doesn't even fit in the season.
Alexa, red alert.
Yeah.
You're not wrong, actually, but it's like, I don't know. The further away I get from it, the more I appreciate Picard season 1. I really do, because like the only episode that I think is,
it's just the tone is.
Oh yeah, no, it is so dour. It is so just like unremittingly negative. But that's why Nepenthe hits out so strong. I feel like if it hadn't been so negative, like the feeling of just like literally a warm embrace, like the feeling of you walk in. And unlike every other fucking like planet in every facility, every ship, every building that Picard walks into, he gets it's you. With 2 exceptions, and that's Hugh and that's the Rikers, and it's like it makes such a massive difference to how you feel about.
I mean, it was so nice when he sees Hugh for the first time, and it's just like you don't know how they're going to react. What's going to go? No, big hug, fantastic.
I'll take your friendly face. Yeah, no, exactly.
Great.
It's a great moment.
That's so good. This is kind of why I think you guys would like, or at least also, I don't know if you've watched the stars like Stargate SG-1. Like, it is the comfort TV of science fiction that. You know, you sit down and go, where are they going this week? Which forest in Canada are they going to? Because the money isn't quite there, but the characters are really good. Like they are amusing enough to watch, and you kind of get the goofball episode, you get the serious episode, you get the monster of the week episode, and then you get the little serial cliffhanger in between seasons. Like it is very much a Star Trek recipe that follows its own thing, and I'd love to find someone else to talk to about it, because I feel like I'm the only one in the world that's ever watched SG-1.
Send me your favorite episode then.
Oh yeah, that's
because if I'm breaking into something, I want to watch the very best of it. I don't, people sometimes they want to do chronological or whatever. It's like, give me the best, because if I watch it and I like it, I'll give it a much longer rope. So
yeah.
I think that's it. I mean, like, because the opening episode is okay, but it's a lot of, like most opening episodes, it's set up, like, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean,
okay, you know what? So, Otto, I imagine you've also never seen any episodes of Doctor Who.
No, I don't even understand the whole Who verse. So they have like 6 different guys playing the main lead. Is that how that works?
So the way it works is the main character is an alien called the Doctor. He doesn't have a name. He's a Time Lord who travels through time and space, and whenever he gets fatally wounded or his body wears out, he can regenerate and he turns into a new person who is essentially the same character, but different personality traits are accentuated or disappear, and then that's basically your justification for why the actor is so different.
Basically, the original Doctor back in 1960 whatever decided, like, I don't want to carry on doing this anymore. I want to retire. And like they basically said, well, we don't want the show to the end, so they just went, what about he's an alien. Let's just make him turn into a different alien. So I was like, okay, there you go. Done.
Yeah. And then it's basically just variations on that theme, and then there's a fairly complicated lore if you want to get into it, but I'm trying to think about what would be if I was going to recommend the best episode of Doctor Who to get Otto in.
Funny enough, is like the best episode that's universally rated barely has the Doctor
Don't
in it.
say Blink.
Yeah, I was going to say Blink. Like, Blink is
the
great,
most unrepresentative.
Yeah, exactly. It doesn't carry like Midnight, maybe, or like...
There's another point in Innerlight's favor, because you don't need to know anything about the main cast to enjoy it, so...
Yeah, most Doctor Who episodes, especially of the Tennant era, are pretty self-isolated. Maybe the girl in the fireplace is a really good one. You'd like that, actually. That's kind of got a bit of a soppy moment.
Yeah, it's a bit more romantic. I was thinking the Agatha Christie episode. That'd be fun.
Dude, I watch Hallmark movies. I like romance.
Yeah, the Agatha Christie one.
Well,
with the giant wasps.
Yeah.
That's a cool one.
Yeah, Yeah, that's a good fun one. Yeah, I like that.
Have you guys played the first Fable?
I've not, no.
I played Fable 2 and 3. I missed the first one.
Okay, well, one of the very first quests is you got to go to the picnic area and there's a giant wasp and you got to kill it. So it just made me think of that.
Yeah, that's not wrong.
Yeah, so send me your favorite episode. and
Okay, I'll
check
go
it
through
out.
that.
Or if you want to watch it together, we could do that too.
We do a bit of both. I'll send you some episodes and we'll talk about it. But yeah, there's some. It varies, but there's some good ones. And yeah, I'm trying to think. Yeah, Doctor Who ones. I think it's definitely got to be a Tennant one, like because he's
most approachable.
Matt Smith's era kind of gets a bit too serialized, like in points.
What
I love
years
Matt
was
Smith, but
what years was Tennant?
he was?
He was 2006 to 2010.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
For a bit. They
you
generally
know
last
what?
about 4 years each Doctor. Like
Yeah,
more than
right.
once.
You know what I feel? I feel like Otto would probably appreciate, but maybe cry at Father's Day. You know, the one with 9 and Rose.
That yeah.
Dude, it's sad.
It's sad.
really
But the
good.
effects.
Idol
are so
doesn't
bad.
enjoy the sappy stuff quite as much.
Oh no,
as other
I
people.
like the good sappy stuff, like I say, Girl in the Fireplace like, but like there is an era. I mean, Doctor Who is known for its terrible CGI. Like that's kind of a running joke. But I find that one just really bad. Like just with like the deep, they don't even try with the CGI. There's like there's a flappy thing. Everyone's
Yeah, no, but the story is good enough. The
Is that the
emotional
one-
core remains.
No, it's not the one with K9 and Sarah Jane come back. Which one was that?
No, you're thinking School Reunion.
Oh, that's
no. I
right,
think
yeah.
it's the one with Rose's dad. That's the one.
Oh, yeah,
The
yeah,
very first episode of Rose's dad. Yeah.
Yeah. You get to see Billy Piper because you want to.
Billy Piper's cool. I like Billy Piper.
Billy Piper is cool actually. She's done
seems
some good stuff
hip
post
with it.
Doctor Who.
All right, if I can back up a minute, because I think you sparked this idea when you're talking about Picard. I would tune into an STA campaign with all the underserved characters. So like Tasha Yar, Cristobal Rios, all the guys that got screwed that we wanted to see more of. I would watch that for sure.
So, did I ever mention to you guys that me, Brody, and Marie did actually do a campaign that was kind of like that? It was like an alternate
really?
version of TNG, where Brody played Tasha. No, it was Brody played Ro Laren, I believe. And I think Marie played Tasha Yar from Yesterday's Enterprise. And then their like party members were Sean Hawke from fucking First Contact, and then a Tellarite that they would hung around with, and that was the party, and it was good fun actually. It was really good. I enjoyed that.
Oh, that's a good one.
It was so stupid. But it was good fun. I actually really enjoyed it. But no, I would absolutely like that. Like, so what? You'd have Rios, you'd have Tasha,
Yeah.
Harry, Kim, or Kes. I
I wouldn't say
guess?
Kim. Kim's, he's been in like 140 episodes of Voyager. I'd hardly say he's under.
Yeah,
Kes?
but whatever happened with him?
Well, nothing. Well, that's the point. Nothing ever shall again. I don't know.
Maybe
Who
Esri
else?
Dax.
Chapel, mind you, Chapel's getting some good representation. Esri Dax is a good show.
Chapel's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, guess what? Chapel's gonna be fine. But Esri I like a lot.
When I rewatch, or when I watch through Voyager, I can't think. Sweaty Puberty Kes might be the only episode I don't love, and I don't think it's really her fault. But I'm rewatching. I'm like,
It's hard
I'm
to
like,
make that work.
I'm rewatching. I'm like, damn, Jennifer's doing real well, or like, damn, I
When
like
they give
this
her
character.
When they give her rope, she can. pull it
Until Neelix shows up, and so it's like, for almost, well, what does she have? 3.5 years before
Yeah,
Seven
3.5,
showed up.
yeah.
Yeah.
I really like the character, and I love Jennifer Lean. Like,
Leanne.
she's 20
Is it
when
Lean
it
or
started.
Leanne? Yeah.
I always thought it was Lean, but
I always said lean, but yeah.
Is she really only 20? That's so young.
Yeah, she's
she
so
was
young.
20 when it started, and she's got a voice like like a 15-year-old smoker, but like in a good way. It's like this smoldering kind of.
She can talk to you like this.
And then when they give her the long hair, after they get rid of that dumb Lego wig.
Yeah,
So I don't
she's
know.
got long
man.
hair. It's
I
like,
think she
actually-
really is. She's underappreciated because she was tethered to Neelix, a dumb version of Neelix for so long. But I actually really like her character. So killed off to add more sex to the show must qualify her for like an underserved character, even though she had 3 seasons.
I was kind of trying to think
No, I'd
DS9,
agree.
but the beauty of DS9 is that pretty much everyone gets their due, even the
Esri.
minor characters.
It's
So
Esri.
it's kind of a
I like Esri.
yeah.
Guess what? Esri does not get nearly enough. I feel like they try and cram in a lot for her, but it's like I think she has like 3 episodes that I'd say are really good and are really hers. Like Field of Fire is one of those.
Yeah, that's true. With the,
Field of Fire is really good.
With the face
Is that
rifle that
the-
can shoot through.
Yeah.
That's the
transporting
transporter
bullets.
gun. Yeah.
Dude,
It's
that
so fun.
exploding
It's
melon
clever.
is so funny. They show up. O'Brien's got like goggles. He's like, "Look out!"
What other series? Oh, so what about Enterprise? Probably a Mayweather, isn't it? It's Mayweather from Enterprise.
Fuck off! I ain't putting Mayweather in anything. No, you know what? Actually, you know what? I take that back. Get Mayweather in, and then let Anthony Montgomery just be himself. It seems like he's such a nice guy.
Cheers,
Wow,
Wow,
that came out of nowhere.
that's a fucking hole in one. As we talk about Mayweather,
Wow. But I
No,
feel
it's
like he
true,
was just
'cause
let. Yeah.
I've seen him in interviews. He's stupidly charismatic. He is so handsome. But you put a script in front of him, and it sounds like a high school play. And it's like, I don't know how much of that is his fault. Maybe he's not the best actor, but if they put him in a more like just be yourself kind of thing, that could work.
Yeah. I feel like maybe he's one of those actors. Like I haven't seen him in anything else, but I don't know. I'd feel like I'd want to give him a shot.
He's got albums out. He's got a few hip hop rap albums. Just do that for an SDA. It's like the only time you can speak is just like in rhyme.
Okay, question:
You know-
who would it be for Discovery? Who would be the underserved character there?
Awasakan, Detmer, Reese,
I
Bryce.
know. I feel like OO and no. I feel like they've had. They're not main cast.
No, but no, you're right. Okay.
They are bridge crew. They are not main cast. This discussion's been had a million times. Their names are not in the opening credits.
Booker, haven't you?
So, actually,
Laurel.
if you're open to 24,
Oh,
I
yes.
think it's season 3. It's 2 or 3, but it has Michelle Forbes and Harris Yulin, the guy that plays Eamon Maritza in Duet. They're both in that season for quite a bit. So I think you might enjoy, because that's very heavy drama.
I do enjoy a bit of Michelle Forbes.
I did once when I was at university. I probably told the story, but I went to university. Me and my mate did 24 in 24 hours, and we got to about hour 19 and fell asleep.
Wow,
but we did
really?
try. We got pretty heavy in.
You let your eyes get too big for your head right there. That's
Which
your problem.
season?
With season 5, I think the good. Yeah.
Oh,
season 5 is
everyone
really
says
good.
that's the best.
Yeah, I really like season 5. Season
Do you
4,
agree?
5,
Is
and
season
6 are
5
like
best?
back-to-back bangers.
Gregory Itzin is like such a little shitty fucking weasel, and he's so easy to hate. He's so good. I love him, and the stuff they gave him in Trek, he has like 5 characters, and they are so flat compared to what he does in 24. It's very impressive.
No, you hate his character. He's like the proto. What was the shit from Game of Thrones? Little brother.
Peter Dinklage.
No, because you liked him. The kid that came king. Fuck. No, I've forgotten it now.
It's the same with
Joffrey, dude.
Oh, Joffrey Lannister. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You
it's the
hate
same
him.
with Penny Johnson Gerald, who plays Cassidy Yates. She's in 24, and she plays another really slimy character. So, like, when I see her in DS9 or the Orville, I instantly automatically hate her. Even if she's like
is
working
weird,
at a
'cause-
soup kitchen, I'm like, that duplicitous bitch.
It's funny because like a little spoiler because like season 1 she's not as she's just the president's wife, isn't she? She's like the first lady. Well, no, actually no, she's just the wife. He
She's
wasn't
like
president.
the
at that point.
campaign manager, kind of. Yeah, she helps get him into office.
Yeah, but like it doesn't appear that she's like a bad guy until like episode like 19 or 20, and it's quite man. I need to rewatch 24.
Yeah, but Booter says, how many bad days can one person have? Dude,
8.
he'll like break both of his legs, and like 2 episodes later, he's sprinting across rooftops. It's so goofy.
Yeah, there's some real dumb moments. Like he never sleeps.
Yeah, no,
as
there
well.
is a bit of a Die Hard element there, where it's like like how many how the kind of same shit happens to the same guy twice.
It is played quite well. Like they do. Like it isn't just like not. It isn't 8 days in a row. It's like 8 separate days over a certain amount of time. But like season 1, you don't see Kiefer Sutherland for an entire episode because his character's having a nap. So they do try for the realism. And then after that,
Yeah, no, like I was gonna wonder, like, do they really just like? Does he just like go 24 hours without sleep every season?
After that, yes, he does. So yeah, it is good though. It's really well done. It is really well done. Like it was pioneering television at the time because no other show did what it did. Like there was nothing like it. Like it was, and they did the whole split screen thing, which was great.
How many other shows have done that though? The real time element, because I can't think of.
No, I can't actually. I mean, it is real time. Like there's a reason they set everyone in one room when they're at the CTUs because like, well, that eliminates the travel distance, and occasionally he'll get in a plane for like 3 episodes and something else will happen.
All right, so I was watching you guys talk about Picard season 3, and I wanted to talk about it, so I'm going to do it now. But it's a similar conceit where it's like you have to go into 24 suspending certain elements of your criticism. The time fudging thing, that's just, it has to be done for the conceit
like
to
warp
work.
speed across the
Picard
quadrant,
season 3 is like the same thing. You can break it down critically, but all it really had to do was land the burning wreckage of season 2 safely and get the people off the plane, and it did that at least. So I rewatched the recent. I'm like, this season fucking sucks. There's so many plot holes and this and that. But by the end of it, I'm like, I'm glad I watched it because they brought people back. It was a feel good moment, lots of feel good stuff. I'm like, it actually wasn't that bad. So, and I did enjoy what's her name, Vatic, Amanda Plummer, better on this rewatch. So.
Yeah, it's just such a shame. Like they just kill her off and go, and here's the next
Season
baddie for
2.
2 episodes. Like, come on.
Season 2 is so poor. Like I remember watching it, I was like, where's all the criticism? And then it was like episode 5, and I'm like, oh my fuck.
Yeah, episodes 1 and 2 were legit. Like, this is great.
No, even some of the stuff in the past is fine, and then it takes a real hard turn. You're like, oh my god.
They kind of just go, we don't know what to do with Q, we don't know what to do with Picard, we don't really know what to do with this plot, so... Oh, by the way, we just got commissioned for Season 3, so let's put all our resources on remaking the Enterprise D set, and we'll just let the season sort itself out. And Q gives them a hug, it's fine, they go back to the future. Elnor's alive again, hey! Never mind, don't worry about it.
John Delancey's 75.
That's crazy.
Really? I would pay so much money to watch him still. He's so good.
Man, have you guys listened to... You should go and... I think it's on YouTube. Go listen to Spock versus Q with Nimoy and Delancey. It's so good. Like, it's really good. Definitely worth putting on in the background and just chuckling away.
Actually, Nimoy is another one who aged well because as an actor, I mean, the stuff he did with Trek and then like Fringe and whatnot, he has so much gravitas that actually it's like amplified as he starts to age. So.
The gravel in his voice just becomes more intense, but it's good gravel. You're like, yeah,
that's that good gravel.
That's a man I respect. Got that good gravel. That's that good dirt.
Another man dirt. Got the good dirt.
Get the good dirt. Where's that from? Where's the good dirt from?
Yeah, got that good dirt. Sounds like a Simpsons quote. I think that Mo quote. Like, I don't know, can't put him back there. That's where I keep the good dirt.
Oh, I think that might be Simpsons, actually, yeah.
That's what we were going to do tonight if I could get Louisa on. Sadly, she did not want to. But we were going to tier Simpsons characters that weren't the main family. I was going to make up that, but alas, alack. Other shows I was talking about that caught my eye for like things to go along a sci-fi tangent. I thought about Earth Final Conflict because that's another Roddenberry thing, and it has a lot of major Roddenberry in it. From what I remember, it's solid for the first season, and then just
Trek has so destroyed Roddenberry for me. I'm not sure. I need like a cool down period before I can look at another Roddenberry
I think this
project.
was produced off his notes after he died. So like this is gone through a few filters. Like it's still a mid-90s sci-fi thing. And the other one I thought of as well was Andromeda, just so every week we can shout Kevin Sorbo's a piece of shit. Now let's watch the episode.
Okay, that's a lot for a one big gag.
So what's the deal with Sorbo? Because I know he's if we can avoid getting too far into politics and religion, I know he's fairly right wing.
We're fucked then.
And actually,
that's it.
I remember I watched the movie in theaters, God Is Not Dead, with him as like a professor, as like a Christian professor type thing. So I understand like the sketched out idea, but what has he done that's egregious?
He's massive.
Or is that not suitable for?
He's a massive. Well, we can't really not talk about politics without it, but like he's a massive Trumper, and like you've even had Lucy Lawless retweeting him and saying "Shut the fuck up," like you don't know what you're talking about.
She really?
She did,
hilarious.
yeah. She actually turned around and went, "You're full of shit, Kevin." Yeah,
my show was always better.
He's very, very far right. Very was it pro-life where you're against abortion? A lot of, but just to the extremes. And he's come up with loads of questionable things. It's just like, wow, you really are just a piece of shit, which is such a shame because I enjoyed Andromeda and I enjoyed Hercules, but like he's a good actor but a terrible human being. So.
Okay.
But Andromeda's interesting.
I probably shouldn't have brought it up. But I haven't seen Andromeda like since it came out, basically.
I mean,
so it's been a long time.
The funniest thing about Andromeda is like it has such good potential. Like the first couple of seasons, just like we're on a good like interstellar ride here. Then the third season, they can't decide if they're alone in the galaxy or part of a full federation. So episodes change between having a staffing of like 3 people on the crew to 50. And then you get to season 5 where they run out of money, they're stranded on a planet, and the only people they can hire for like main cast members are an ex-porn star. And then they blow up the Earth. Because they're like, we've got to do something! Yeah. Season 5 is like one of those seasons they've like, we're going to get cancelled. You've got another season. Oh no. Okay, here we go.
We already burned everything down.
Yeah, like everything's gone. We can't do anything. Like everyone's taking contracts with other shows, so okay. I'm going to film on the car park. Okay, that's fine.
I rewatched that Encounter at Farpoint trailer the other day. And one of the lines, the guy's like, the new Enterprise, it's 8 times larger than the previous one. I'm like, really? I didn't realize it was that fucking big. 8 times larger. Now I imagine like the original A is like this big flying around the cosmos. It's like ant size.
It's actually flying around inside the Enterprise D. It can fit an entire Constitution class
it's like what about, yeah.
This starship can hold larger. This starship can hold other starships. My starship's bigger than yours.
What did you think of the captain's yacht on the E? Is that like a cool thing or is it silly?
I liked it. It's a shame we never saw it.
Cool. The E.
But on the E, well, the D and the E had one.
Well, the D we never saw, but the one on the E I like.
Did we see the one on the E?
It's Insurrection, dude.
Yeah, it pops off the bottom.
I thought it was just.
That's they literally say it multiple times. Did you even watch that movie?
I haven't watched it for a while, but
educating idol.
Hey.
You were just too busy watching all the Tarlak and the Allure in their skin tight suits.
I think the problem I have with it is they call it the yacht, but I can't think of a captain less likely to take shore leave than Jean-Luc Picard.
Well.
What would a captain do with his own yacht? Is it water soluble? Can you actually like sail? Does it have a little sail?
It's for diplomatic functions, to my understand. It's for diplomatic functions. I'm not sure precisely.
Do you reckon one captain who's not English fluent, who's an alien, just kind of like, yes, I would like to take my captain's yacht out, and everyone's just like, no, just need to amend that, please.
Okay, if you could be like plopped onto any ship or any shuttlecraft or whatever, and walk like in the real universe and walk around and just like poke at things and look under seats and stuff.
Runabout.
Yeah. Like, what one would you pick?
Can I pick DS9?
Just like a real life holodeck type. Sure.
DS9 then. Like, I feel like DS9 has the most history and the most interesting things.
I thought you said shuttles. Sorry.
Eric Noor.
Oh, did you just say shuttles or was it just anything?
Dude, it's the thought exercise. It doesn't really matter.
Okay, yeah. But if we go in with like anything, then yeah, DS9. If I had to pick a shuttle, then I'd want one of the Strange New World shuttles. They look like they're fun to play around in.
Yeah, I think like a runabout. But as you know, we did this with like the Roddenberry archive a few months back, and they're going to be. All I know is they're going to be reopening again soon with some more like walkthroughs, and one of them is going to be DS9. So you'll have to join us for that, like digging around and going through DS9, like fully recreated. But that was fun. I keep bugging them every now and then on their Discord, like, is it out yet? Come on, I want to see it. gimme.
Do they have like a GoFundMe type?
Unfortunately not, because it's all it's a company called Otoy who are like rendering experts and done through actual like the Roddenberry Foundation. So I think they're pretty well funded. I don't think they're looking for anything, which is a shame. But they're a company called Messy Desk the Messy Desk's artists are doing, not Messy Desk themselves. Anyway, I digress.
I just imagine, like, we're about to present this oversized novelty check to the mental health charity Mind, and then someone's like, Roddenberry Archives are almost coming out with the DS9 render. We like rip up the check and go hand it to the Roddenberry Archives instead.
Oh, they'll be fine. Just think about happy thoughts. I'll be alright.
Yeah, those kids in the hospital will be okay, but I gotta see the promenade.
I should mention as well, thank you to everyone that donated. We had £375 we raised in that night in that one little stream. So that
Nice.
That was a great little fun little one night chill stream where I'd run through the the Steve Jackson fighting fantasy novels, which was actually kind of great
Dude,
fun.
You called him Peter Jackson like 3 times.
I know, Steve Jackson. But yeah, no, that was fun. I'll do that again, definitely. That was lots of rolling dice and flicking through pages, but it was interesting. I don't know if you saw it, Stars. It was basically this, you know, have you seen like the books you flip through and you like right, page 1, choose your own adventure books, and you roll dice.
Yeah, I remember seeing that. Yeah, I listened to a bit of it. Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah. So yeah, you know that. Yeah. Oh yeah, of course you were there. You were there in the chat as well, weren't you? So yeah.
I was watching. I wasn't very active in the chat, but I was watching. I'm always there to support you.
I liked how much it was trying to avoid being Star Trek. They were just like, here's your away team and your captain. You're going on an adventure on a starship.
Beam down.
Yeah, we beam down. Yeah. That was quite funny. Like getting around all the sensors.
Did you guys ever read the Animorph series of books?
No, I only ever saw the covers, and I've been told that it's like one of the most harrowing book series ever made. So,
it's like Kids Watership Down or something, like science fiction Watership Down.
So yeah, I can't even speak to the quality because I used to think things like Justice were a decent romp. So I remember it being a fun read, but maybe it's terrible writing. I don't know.
I'm trying to think if there's any books I've come back to and going, why did I like this? But or what episode of TV show have you watched when you were a child and then you came back to and went, oh no, this is actually
dude the Lost in Space remake with Matt LeBlanc and Gary Oldman.
See, I remember enjoying that.
I used to think it was good and I could barely sit through it. I was watching with someone. If it wasn't with someone, I would have shut it off. It's so bad when it turns into like the spider at the end. It's like it just goes off, it jumps the shark so hard. But I remember it being great as a kid. I loved that.
Wasn't that the same producer that did Wild Wild West, who has a fascination of having spiders as villains at the end of all his films? He's like,
wait, did he do Toy Story with the little the doll head on top of the spider legs?
That was freaky.
But that toy ends up being good though. That it's a friend.
That was freaky though. That gave me nightmares. That toy.
It is! Because all the fucked up toys help them, because they're like, oh man, we don't need to be fucked up like us.
What was something else that gave me nightmares? Do you remember Shrek 3, when Shrek's having the nightmare about having babies, and one just turns him and goes, Papa! And it's just like, I remember just looking at him going, the fuck?
How dare you make me remember Shrek 3 with Justin Timberlake, you fucking asshole.
Shrek 3 was alright.
No, it's not. It's awful. It's so bad.
It's not a classic.
It's like one of the sharpest drop-offs in quality from a sequel I can think of.
I don't know. Have you seen Shrek 4?
Shrek 2 is so good. No, Shrek 2 is so good. Like,
how many Shreks have they made?
There's Shrek 4, there's Deck the Halls, then there's
Shrek the Halls is right there.
It's Shrek the It is called Shrek the Halls. He fucked it up.
Shrek the Halls. What did I say? Sorry, I meant to say Shrek the Halls.
Deck the Halls.
You called it Deck the Halls.
Shrek the Halls.
You didn't call it Shrek.
What's the cat's name with Antonio Banderas? Puss in Boots. Then there's a second Puss in Boots film.
I saw that part.
I think that's it. And they teased. I went to see the last Puss in Boots film with the kids at the cinema, and they teased something else happening in the Shrekverse.
What, did Nick Fury come out of the shadows like, I want you for the fight?
I'm putting together a team of animated characters. There's him, the dog from Up, Wall-E, and for some reason Sonic the Hedgehog.
If we're recasting Grease, obviously Anson Mount is going to be, because I joked I joked about it during the Enterprise is automatic, it's systematic. Dude, Anson Mount could pull it off. All right, so who else is doing the other roles? Like, who else do we want as like finger snappers or?
Oh my god, I don't remember Grease well enough. Honestly,
I've never watched Grease.
Who's Sandy? Who's Sandy? The main. The baby-faced vanilla Snow White kind of super clean.
Well, I do feel like if you're going to put Anson Mount in there, then it's like, well, you got to have someone of an equivalent age range. So yeah, Patel probably.
Patel.
Well, let's say we're casting like a younger version of that.
Maybe Chong, like Christina Chong. I think.
Dude, even though the actors in the original Grease were like 35 at the time, so whatever.
I'm a teenager.
Hello, fellow kids.
No, I don't feel like
that kid in Justice had more hair on his chest than Jonathan Frakes. It was so absurd.
No, like if you're taking,
I can laugh about
Sandy,
it now,
but yeah, it's got to be Jess Bush. Like she has like the open The big eyes, the open face. I feel like she'd be a decent Sandy. Like she could do that.
Are we just doing Strange New Worlds cast, or is this all of Star Trek?
No, any Trek,
Okay.
Star Trek.
Harry Kim is Sandy.
Those are the only two characters I remember. So you take the lead, guys.
Yeah. I've never watched Grease.
I remember there's a character called Rizzo because I was like, why is there a character named after a character from
Yeah.
Muppets?
Yeah, Rizzo, Stockard Channing. She's actually the best character in that. And she's...
Wait, her name's Sokka Channing.
Frenchie. Hold on, Frenchie. I'm going to send you guys a picture because this is Nana Visitor.
Frenchie. Is she French by any chance? No, she's actually German. Oh, okay. Just coincidence.
Okay, did I ever mention to you?
All right, there it is in show chat. That is that not Nana Visitor?
Oh yeah, totally. Yeah.
Yeah. So
yeah, no, wow, holy shit,
without a doubt.
Yeah, that's kind of uncanny, actually. That's weird. I have weird things about that. So, did I ever mention to you, by the way? One of the times I got most annoyed at a movie for teasing me with 5 minutes of an amazing movie and then immediately giving me like 95 minutes of a way worse movie.
Nemesis?
No. So it was the Friday the 13th movie they released in 2009. It's like a straight reboot.
Oh, is that one
and
with
the first
Vincent?
5
that one
minutes?
recently.
Yes, because
Yeah.
the first 5 minutes of the movie are the conclusion of Friday the 13th Part 1, where it's about Pamela Voorhees killing the kids or whatever.
Dude,
But
I
Jason
watched that
as a
one
kid.
like 2 months ago.
And and Nana Visitor plays Pamela Voorhees, and I'm like, this is an amazing movie. Why am I not watching an entire movie of just because she can kill it? You know how good Nana Visitor is in a dramatic role. Pardon me. And then they just kill her off within 5 minutes. I'm like, you should have just done that. Just done that. Like, she is better than fucking Jared Padawatta from fucking Supernatural in that fucking movie.
Dude, I didn't even know
Like-
she was in this because I walked in the room like a few minutes after it started, so I must have just missed her at the beginning.
Dude, she's so like the first 5 minutes of that movie, it's her just killing it as Pamela Voorhees, and then it becomes a way worse movie.
Oh, so good. I showed up for the bad part then. That's nice.
Yeah, no, typical.
I'm trying to think, like films that I just went nah on. I'm sure there's definitely been some. I will have to look through my Plex history. I probably deleted them. No, there's certainly.
Alright, if you
the
could
the series, The Inhumans, the Marvel Inhuman
Oh, yeah.
series. I watched the first half of the first episode and went, "The fuck are they doing?" And then tuned.
They're embarrassing themselves, is what they're doing.
Sorry, Otto, go on.
If we could get a Trek movie for a series that hasn't had it, like cast like right after their series ended, which one would you want?
Enterprise.
Yeah, I think that's the
It
key,
needed it
'cause,
the most.
like DS9
Yeah,
and
absolutely
Voyager
needed it
had
the
their
most.
time. I feel like Enterprise needs, in lieu of a 5, 6, and 7, needs a film to depict like the Romulan War. And
I mean, you can
things
go
like
with
that.
Disco or any of the new Trek too.
Yeah, I don't know. I think probably the new Trek is I need to know how it ends. Like we know,
Yeah.
Like I need to know where they're going from. What are we going from to create a film? Like people want a DS9 film after the TNG films finished because they were just like, we want to see.
I know.
Cisco back.
I feel like DS9
Yeah.
film would be okay, but I'm like, yeah, it makes sense. But I'm like, no, Enterprise has like a combination of I really wanted to know where it was going, and it died on a shit point. It didn't even end well, so
Yeah.
like I need it to redeem itself. Like
Well, so what would you write then? How do you?
I would write the Romulan War.
Yeah,
I would write the
yeah.
Romulan War. Like you start like 2 years into the Romulan War, everything's fucked, and it's like the last days of the Romulan War.
I
and
think
you can see all the characters transformed by what they've gone through. Everyone's grown up, but like they're all still fundamentally the same characters. Like maybe Hoshi and like
Well, I wonder
Travis
if
become
it's-
a bit more like fully fledged.
What if they do it a different way? Because the Romulan War's like a couple of years after season 4 or 5.
Yeah.
Like, what if they get something like they actually hit a time loop and they a time warp and they end up launching themselves somehow 2 years in the future, not far, but like a year or 2 years, and they launch into the middle of the war and they're having Archer's having to work out what's going on, and he has something like Shran comes along to say this is how fucked up stuff is. Shran joins the cast, and then they navigate this sort of minefield where the villain of the piece is orchestrated this war, and they actually resolve the war as opposed to being a part of it. So they still maintain their explorer energy at the end of it, and they go, let's see what's out there, and that can be like the hopeful resolution rather than it being kind of all Grim
I don't know. I
Dawn.
feel like you kind of already had that, like with the Zindi War and season 4 being about that.
True.
I feel like
Yeah,
the
you're right.
Romulan War you kind of need to play straight, and it would also fuck the timeline because the Romulan War has to end a certain way.
Yeah.
And guess what? No one wants to deal with temporal Cold War shit. No one wants to deal with that.
There's a few like loose threads in season 4 as well. Like you know, there's the whole like Terra Prime stuff, and there's the
that was absolutely building up to be more. Yeah,
Vulcan and Shran. Like they wanted to make Shran. Like the biggest crime is they were going to make Jeffrey Combs a main character in season 5. Like, oh my god, no, we all wanted. Everyone liked that, you know.
Like the fact is, it's literally the perfect storm of we could have had like Shran on the main cast. The NX-01 refit is a gorgeous design for a ship that a lot of people are kind of lukewarm about. Like, the series has finally hit a stride about telling stories that we wanted to see. Characters were turning into characters I wanted to see. Like, everything about the show was becoming brilliant. And then it ended. Like, everything else, like, even Voyager, like, yeah, it had, like, a bit of a... I think Voyager has probably, like, the least potential realized, but still, there's amazing episodes in there. And I feel like even though Endgame is not amazing, it still ends fairly strongly in terms of providing a resolution. I know people get annoyed about the whole time travel aspect to it, but I'm fine with it. But so Enterprise just got robbed. Enterprise got robbed.
I think my generation's back in my day moment is like TV ratings. Because if a show, any show nowadays, other than maybe like big football games in the U.S., if they could pull like the 7 million viewers that Enterprise had, they would be getting like billion-dollar contracts from TV networks. So like it was like mediocre for the time or whatever, but networks would die for however many million viewers Enterprise had.
It's like, it's the Nielsen era, isn't it? They're measuring like a demographic of the people
Leslie
based
Nielsen.
on like 10% of the audience having a box on the telly. Like it's different audience now, and that's why a lot of TV programs are struggling. They're going like, one season, no, didn't get enough, fuck it, cancel it, let's move on and find something that works. They're throwing shit against the wall.
Yeah, thanks Netflix, we love it.
They're not letting it
thing
stick.
The one thing to this day that sticks out most when I think about Enterprise is the fact that Jolene Blalock came in as a Maxim model, and she's so good as T'Pol. It's like I had zero expectations because I saw the cast when it first came out, and I looked them up. Like I just Googled their names, and they just had pictures of her in like skimpy bikinis. I'm like, oh, she's gonna try to like act in this show, and she was so good.
Yeah, she's probably the best actor on there, apart from maybe Billingsley or Trenier.
Like her
and then
the stuff where she goes.
she's a massive fan as well. Like that's the saddest part of it to me, the fact that she loved that show so sincerely. And
Oh, is she a Trek fan?
Massive Trek fan. Yeah, pretty sure she talked about it at length, which makes it all the sadder because like then she just doesn't do conventions. She doesn't talk about it because of fucking Berman and all the gross bullshit. Like I don't blame her. It's like I got fucking objectified to hell, and it's like. Then you cancelled the show just as it was getting good. Like she doesn't talk about it anymore.
I can imagine because the Shuttlepod one, with Connor Trenier and Dominic Keating, they said a couple of times, "Is like we'd love to talk to, and I'd love to see Jolene again and just talk about your experience." And I'd imagine sitting there and just like going, "Yeah, as long as I don't have to talk to Dominic, that'd be fine." Because imagine if he, just Connor and Mark, please, that'd be great.
Have you guys seen the new-ish, it's like a decade old now, the A-Team movie with Bradley Cooper and Liam Neeson?
No, I've not seen that.
I've not seen that.
So at the beginning they do, and it is a trope, but at the beginning, Liam goes around one by one and finds the guys to assemble the team. And so he goes to wherever they are, he meets them, finds out what they're doing. They have some like contrived thing. Like Howlin' Mad Murdoch is literally in an insane asylum, and they give each character like 10-15 minutes of like build up and cover story, and then he assembles them one by one. That's the kind of tropey intro I want for a Star Trek movie. Like 20 years after Enterprise ended, and they get the gang back together, and they do like scene by scene where they collect the players. I would really enjoy.
You want them
that.
to do it better than they did in Picard season 3.
Yeah.
Well, they kind of cheated on that really.
That was okay actually. Some of the reveals, some of the intros, Geordi and Worf were fine. So, but yeah, if you're doing a movie, like that would be an easy thing to start out with.
Get the band back together. Yeah, I'm trying to think. Like think about Voyager as well. I don't even think what a Voyager film would wrap up or expand on. It would probably just be another adventure with that crew, or maybe like
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
10 years later.
It'd be Picard season 3, basically.
A
That's
little
what I
bit.
feel like it would be.
Yeah.
Janeway was tied into a lot of projects, so
Yeah.
I could see like it revolving around her, and then she needs help from some old friends, kind of thing.
I think we'll probably
I'm sure
see.
Tim Russ would be happy to
Yeah.
come back. And,
We did, yeah. I mean, I could definitely see Prodigy going for like 3-4 seasons and wrapping up on a couple of TV films. I could see that happening.
I'd love that, yeah.
Mm.
I just want
Actually,
more Prodigy, man.
one of my favorite things about Endgame was the mentally ill Tuvok. They played that well. Like, if you've ever dealt with a family member or something with dementia, that's not a thing that gets a lot of airtime on TV because it's kind of a depressing thing. People don't
Well, yeah,
enjoy
it's a
watching
downer. It's a massive downer.
it. But she handles it like with class. She handles it like someone who legitimately cares about this character, and so I like that part of it.
Except she keeps him locked in a box until it's time to
No,
see
she
him.
doesn't.
Kind of.
Oh,
Like,
he's
you're
at
over
a
here now,
mental
and I will visit you
hospital.
when it's convenient.
You
Well-
mean like a care home?
Maybe.
Yeah, dude, you can't if you have like a grandparent or something, you can't be with them 24/7.
No, I
so.
appreciate that, but I have my
Especially
grandmother
when
had
you're
dementia
screwing
and
over
went through it, and
Klingons.
it was hard.
Look,
work.
he deserved to get screwed over. He was asking for it. He was a dick. Let's be real. Like, doesn't he pull a I would pray I do not alter the deal further
Yeah,
type thing?
yeah.
Yeah. What about a TOS movie after Undiscovered Country, after Generation?
What, you mean Star Trek 9 we're all so very tired?
A little bit, but like after Kirk's death and them, I don't know. You just kind of get a little reunion of them, sort of just not having Shatner in the equation or not having Kirk in the equation, and seeing these other crew members take the lead.
You just want him out of it?
A little
That's
bit.
it.
It's like, he's dead now. Well, we got our own ship now. Woo! Who's in command? Don't care. Just let us go.
Probably Sulu. Sulu would make the most sense.
Yeah. Oh, give me an Excelsior
Actually,
film.
I really like.
Yes.
I really like Shatner's Kirk, and even though he's a dillweed, he's right on the correct side of. Well, like Kevin Sorbo, he's such a guy in real life. You don't enjoy watching his stuff. Shatner's right on the correct side of that, where he's a dick, but that doesn't affect my enjoyment of him on screen.
He's not.
So-
He's a dick, but he's like, I don't know.
Well,
what
he's
the correct term
self-centered.
is. He's very
He's
self-centered.
not like-
I think that's. I don't want
I
to say
don't think he's
harmless, but-
mean-spirited. I think he just has a huge ego.
Yeah, that's literally it. And he's still acting.
So
he's still doing it. It's crazy.
in that book he wrote about Nimoy, he said like when they were filming on Lot, Nimoy would ride his bike sometimes to set, and Kirk would like steal the bike and hide it, and Nimoy got so mad about it. And it's like that's not even a
Why?
good prank. You're just screwing over the like. Imagine if I took your car and like hit it somewhere and you had to get home. That's such like
So-
that's a mean spirited prank.
When I was in college, a friend of mine had a Mini, and very notorious. If you get one person on each wheel, you can pick up a Mini. They're not heavy cars, and there used to be this little narrow area, and we managed to wedge it in between, in the sideways, so it's between that narrow area, so we couldn't get it. So we picked up, put it there, and the guy's face when he came out was just like, "The fuck, dude!" And we're like, "Right, we're going by." You couldn't even like parallel park it out, like very slowly. You just had to sit there until
Oh my
someone else
God.
came and lifted it out.
Did you just left it?
I just left it. Yeah, I was 16.
Wow.
I was a dick back then. I'm still a dick now, but it's a different kind of dick.
That's on your permanent record.
Yeah.
Not much has changed.
Yeah.
So,
So what else are we doing for 2024?
having fun, I hope.
Having
I hope
fun.
we all get to stick together and have fun. That's what I
Do that.
want.
That's always the best. Especially the big three.
I hope we break up so that when we do the reunion episode in 2026, it'll hit even better.
How are we breaking up though? How are we
Oh,
split?
God.
How's the Beatles splitting up here? Like, who's going off to pursue the?
I just
reckon
stopped
no.
coming online.
Stars is going off to pursue his own solo project. I think that's it.
Of what?
I don't know.
Yeah, Bond hits it big, and
Yeah.
suddenly he's like, I have
I
a
don't
guest
need you
on
guys
this.
anymore.
I have a guest on this week. It's going to be a little full. Maybe you guys don't mind sitting out, and then
Yeah.
just
The guest is
deletes
Pierce
us from
Brosnan,
Discord.
and then the next week it's he just says, "Can I come back every week, guys?" Like, you're like, "Yeah, well, you know."
Well, now you're just talking fiction.
You never know.
You're talking shale.
I'm talking shale, yeah.
Fuck off! Fuck off, you basic male image.
I had to write the. I scheduled a load of tweets for like the Trek tracks for that episode like recently, and I was just like, yeah, everyone's talking shale. I'm just like, yeah, I'm so gonna use shale more often now. It's so terrible. That episode's so terrible.
Actually, I rated it like a 6 because I enjoyed watching it. But then we spent the entire like 40 minutes just talking about all the failures of that episode, so it was probably a little strong. But
where did I put it? I gave it. You Stars gave it a 5. So did Dan. We were like,
yeah, I think I said it was perfectly average.
Yeah,
as in like
it is
not complimentary.
How many dances?
It's not unenjoyable to watch, but if you try to break it down, then the faults become obvious.
I've got a. I've got a little bit of a new obsession. I got this for Christmas this year. I have now become an old man. I've become an old man now who likes to sit by the fire. Hang on, sit by the fire and do my logic puzzles. I've got a book of logic puzzles now, and they're actually quite good. I'm quite enjoying them. I used to look at like, and I was like, I'm doing the crosswords. Like, why would you sit down with a pencil?
Oh, you're turning into a Vulcan in your old age.
I am. Yeah, sit and meditate in front of a logic book. But I found it. You can actually go. There's a website for it. It's called Merdle, and they're quite fun. I enjoy a good sit. But the problem is I have to do it at work when there's nothing going on, when it's quiet, because any noise just breaks my concentration. So when I'm at home and the kids are going, I'm just like, shut up. I need to find out who killed this person.
I did some pencil and paper Sudokus a little while back. I'm like, this is just like the app on my phone, but more frustrating because I keep putting the wrong numbers in.
I can't imagine. Yeah, like trying to do that on paper and pencil because like how many times do you get it wrong before you just ruin the page?
Yeah, I just keep like filling in like in the corners, trying to fit all my numbers in, and it was pretty rough.
You know, you can just write your own numbers. You can write whatever in there. No one's going to judge you. You don't get. That's the beauty of the pen and paper one. Is like no one will tell you if you're right or wrong. You just go, I'm right.
Hold on.
Hey.
Do you actually finish your logic puzzles, Idle, or do you just put numbers in and then close the book?
Oh my god.
No. I do check the answers, but yeah. When I'm old and senile, that's absolutely what I am going to do, though. It's like, you must really love crossword puzzles. No, I just like keep my hands busy.
I just like keep on doing the pictures until it stops.
They create nice patterns. What was that? No, not Pictionary. Picross. Did you ever play Picross games?
No.
They're quite cool. They're quite fun. Like, they're kind of like a cross between like, kind of look like Minesweeper-ish puzzle. Like you know, the block is like two blocks away, and then you uncover it and go, it's a duck. Fantastic. They're quite fun.
You're doing a great job of selling me, bud.
The mobile game verse has infinite combinations on like block puzzle type games. There's like billions of them at this point. So
I sat down with my dad very recently because we went up to see him and took the boys with me, and like my youngest and eldest are both mad about Minecraft now, so they're obsessed with that. And my dad was just like, being the old boomer he is, definitely sort of like picked up and just went, £24, how much? And I'm like, well, don't buy it for them. Like, oh no, Christ! Well, look, there's these games on my tablet. Look, they're all free. You can play one of these, and you put one up. And within about 5 minutes of this like tedious like block tapping app, an advert came up for an adult visual novel game that was entirely not suitable for my child to watch. And I was like, no, we're going to stop this now. And immediately, like, the buy now button came up. I'm like, no, fuck this toxic shit. No, you're going to play games that you pay money for, please. Thank you.
Yeah, it's actually how it goes. It's like, guess what? We play the money, it goes.
Mm-hmm.
The thing to remember as you age, and I'm getting to that point. Kids do stupid things and they have stupid trends, but as long as nobody is hurting each other or destroying property, let them do whatever dumb stuff they want because it keeps them entertained.
Well, it's weird because like Minecraft has kind of become a little bit of a trans-generation thing because I was into it when I was at university. It's lasted this long. It's massively successful. The kids are now playing it. I can play it with them. And it's kind of like a kind of unusual phenomenon that don't really happen, like kids playing games with their parents. Like phenomena.
There we go.
In stereo.
Beautiful. Was that well timed on your end? Because it's
yeah. Sorry. We do have to do Portal 2 at some point. I did set up the settings and everything, so I should be ready to roll when we do that.
What's that? Sorry.
Portal 2. I said
Ooh,
I got all
yes.
this. I ran it and got all the settings lined up. So
Yes,
when we
definitely.
do it, it should be ready to go.
I need to add you on Steam. What's your Steam name? We need to be Steam
Wait
friends.
until you hear all of our billions of viewers are going to start stalking me.
Send me a message. I'll add you. You can see the ridiculous amount of games.
Garrick Lover number 4 live.
Let me have a look. See if that. I'm going to see if that exists. Hang on. How do I add friends on Steam? I don't do it that
the
way.
avatar is Julian Bashir. Yeah.
How do you add friends? Here, search for it.
You've never done it before.
I've got a few friends, but they've added me. Garrick Lover. What was it? Garrick Lover.
Number 4 LYFE.
There's no users that match that.
No.
You're spitting some shale, man.
You typed it in wrong.
It's what G4.
I'm having to listen about shale. I'm not here for this.
Alright.
I didn't come here to listen about shale.
Alright.
Dude, every time I tune into you, Stars, you're playing a different game. You must have a huge catalog.
Yo,
and a lot of games.
I do. It's true. So,
how's Giuseppe doing?
Oh, he's dead.
I was thinking
I'll
about
have to get a new
Giuseppe
one.
earlier.
You forgot to feed him?
I forgot to feed him. It's
That was one of the
unfortunate.
ideas. I thought we could.
Ran out of pizza.
What we could tier with Louise. I was like, oh, we know a lot of different like pasta dishes. It's like, oh yeah, I wonder how Giuseppe's doing.
Yeah, so that's the one stack.
Nice.
There's another stack of another size like that. There's a third
Oh,
stack
so
there.
Do you
fourth
buy
stack,
hard
fifth
copies
stack.
for everything you play?
Oh yeah,
It's
because I
physical.
work at a store that I can
Physical.
trade them in. Makes the most sense. That way I can get money back from, and I don't end up spending $60 every time. Well, I say $60 if I live in America, but you know.
You can spread the gift of
Yeah,
games.
no, I have a massive backlog going, so you know I'm working on it. I promise. Promise.
Actually, I think the only game I've ever pre-ordered is the Age of Empire 2 expansions. They come out with like 2 or 3 a year, and they're so quality that that's the only thing I trust to. And they continue a lot of developments, but I would never pre-order a new game or anything like that.
It's so expensive.
The only games I pre-order are Resident Evil because I know I'm going to be happy every time.
I don't think I pre-ordered anything. If they'd said tomorrow they said like Half-Life 3 is coming out, then I would pre-order Half-Life 3 because
I would pre-order that. That's the only thing on my wish list.
Yeah.
But it would probably be VR, and I wouldn't be able to play it anyway.
you've supposedly not played Alex. I only played a little bit of Alex, Half-Life Alex on my VR until they got. I don't really like horror games, and of course that goes into a point where you go into a dungeon surrounded by zombies and headcrams, and I just noped out. I was like, nope, that'll do for me. Excuse me.
Dude, they had Ravenholm.
It's different when you're on a mouse and keyboard, not on a
Yeah.
VR headset though. Like on mouse and keyboard, I can just go like, and Ravenholm wasn't really that scary. Like I've played Amnesia, that's like ridiculous, and freaking what is
Dude,
it? PT.
Amnesia's the best game that I couldn't finish.
Yeah.
We should play that on stream sometime.
Yeah, you can play that one.
I might. Like I might.
I own a copy. I could probably play it.
Do it.
I don't do good with scary games.
Mm-hmm.
Scary movies don't bother me, but the games, like if you have your headphones on and the lights are low, it's rough.
I used to have some
Do
5.1
you want me to
headphones
take
as
you
well.
guys to Resident Evil? I can take you guys to Resident Evil if you
Resident
want.
Evil isn't really scary. Like it's not in the same way.
Oh,
It's-
dude. Have you played Village?
I've not played Village. I've seen enough of it. Like I've seen some playthroughs.
Yeah, there's a section in Village that'll fucking scare you fucking
I think
skin.
it's different. Like, did you ever play PT? Like Silent
Yeah, I
Hill
played
PT?
PT.
Like that was.
It was right.
It's more like the ethereal, like the mood of the scary, rather than the kind of like the jump scares and stuff that kind of gets you and things like that. But also, did you ever play Left 4 Dead? It's not a horror
Nope.
game. That was another Valve game. That was very
Yeah,
good.
I know.
Like, that was good. Well, not horror, but horror-esque. But like it wasn't scary, but more just the more kind of Army of the Dead zombie kind of stuff. Like that was cool. That's what we should play.
I don't particularly like horror or suspense, but Amnesia's quality was so high that that's what drew me to it. So I ended up watching speed runs, a lot of speed runs of Amnesia, and it's so stupid because they no clip through the walls, and there's like a monster
Yeah.
right underneath them, and they're just like bounce out there like bunny hopping along the textures. So
Yeah, it kind of ruins the vibe a little bit.
I think before they kind of got massively overhyped, like the original Five Nights at Freddy's was supposed to be like a pretty decent, like horror, like panic
Yeah, I
horror
think like the
game.
first like 2 or 3, I think, and I've heard like okay things about Security Breach, I think, but yeah, it's yeah, not my
Now there's
personal.
a film.
Yeah. I've heard very mixed things about that. Apparently, you'll like it if you're a fan of the series, but
Chat, what kind of games do you guys play? Booter overtired.
Oh, we know what Booter plays.
I know Booter plays a shit ton of Marvel Snap. So.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I'm massively into Vampire Survivors at the moment. That's like a little sort of.
I've heard very good things about that.
It's very addictive. You just want to play like that all the time. It's crazy. But I've maxed that out. I've got everything. And the thing is, it's so cheap. Like it's free on your phones, but on I play it on my Steam Deck, and it's like £1.50 for the game, and all the expansions are like £1 each. And I've had like hundreds of hours out of it. Like great. How many hours have I had? 149 hours I've played that for, and it was
Jeez,
like
that's a lot.
I spent like a £5 on it. It's crazy.
Can't beat that quality.
Yeah, that's right. Some of the best games are free. A lot of free giveaways. Oh, Sinitsu Nerdle.
Yeah, and I actually, I have 2 games that I actually need to trade in because I got given away free on PS Plus. So it's like, oh yeah, shit, now I can get rid of the physical copies. That's why I buy physical. Don't get locked into having to keep these things.
This is the problem. It's like my Steam account I've just got thousands of game on there because every time it's like, oh, there's a Humble Bundle. Oh, there's a sale. I'll pick it up. Never play it, but I'll pick it up. I've been trying to force myself to actually play the game.
I'll get to it eventually. Yeah,
Yeah,
no, like
for some
stop
reason.
buying new games, finish old games. And you're like, no, but they're so shiny and beautiful.
I got gifted a horse, like a pony resort game once for someone for a joke because it was on sale for like £3. Like, haha, have this game. It's in your account now, and you can't take it back. I'm like, fuck.
Well, don't look it in the mouth.
Hey. Laid the golden egg or something like that. I can't even find it in my account. I can't remember.
Don't you shake your head? How many stories come along organically about gifted horses? 0. I had to make that joke.
Yeah, I have too many games.
Fine, you get a recalcitrant Bajoran clap.
So you'd walk around the promenade, huh?
I'd walk around the promenade.
I feel like it'd be the most fun. Like, I could pretend to get a Jumja stick. I could see the flickering light that gives everyone epilepsy seizures on the outside quarks.
Go to
I
Garrett's.
could play some Darbo.
Darbo!
Yeah, I could watch Garrett's get exploded.
Have I ever told
could
you about a
go
game
and
called
visit the orb.
a little game called Star Trek Online? Where no, I'm joking.
I played that game for a while, and I got tired after the 3rd genocide.
Actually, the episode shattered on, well, it would work in any series. It's like, what if we did a really smart clip show? That's what Shattered is. It would work well on DS9. Go around the promenade and see all those like famous moments. That would be cool.
That's kind of what
Yeah, I can see
I
that
said that
working
before. Like when they had this project, I said this would be really cool. Like walking over these bridges, and then you could like hit a button, and go reenact this episode. You have like holograms. Like if you're on the Enterprise bridge, you'd have like holograms of Archer, Trip, and like, everyone on the bridge, and they'd like reenact a scene from like Broken Bow or something. Like that'd be cool to like wander through and see, and be. You could sit and like be at Hoshi Station, going like, "Hey, this is the most harmless place to sit."
Hey, I'm doing nothing in the episode. Yeah, I'm doing nothing in this episode.
I'm contributing nothing, but I'm here. Senior staff. Haha. Yeah, what was the reason they gave Ensign senior staff? Like, why was Harry Kim senior staff over someone like Lieutenant Carey?
Because he's ops. Because he works the
but-
bridge every day, and he needs to be kept up to date on that stuff.
But why is he in charge? Like, he's new to the ship, and he's in charge of a whole
He's
operation
not in charge.
an
He's
Intrepid-class
just-
starship. What the fuck?
Because Intrepid-class starships are relatively small, and it wasn't anticipated that the ship would be going out on a 7-year voyage. It was going to be doing small little jaunts and stuff like that.
Dude, watch Good Shepherd and like the rejects from that class. Harry Kim is actually extremely competent next to them. So
Fair enough.
Yeah, that's true.
Rejects. We went into space with all the bad crew. like
what,
Wrath of
what did
Khan
you guys
reverse.
think about that episode? By the way,
Watched
Good
it for a
Shepherd.
while.
I'm trying to remember. That's the one where Janeway takes them all down on like the Delta
Yeah.
Flyers, right?
right?
I always had to separate it in my head from Learning Curve because they're very similar.
They are very
A
similar.
learning curve, I remember.
I like Good Shepherd, alright. Actually, it's alright. I like the fact like Janeway is a good. It's nice to see Janeway get to be a mother to a crew. I like that trope. It just works, and Mulgrew plays it well. I think they are a little bit too over the top with the kind of the tropes that they fall into.
Mm.
But no, I liked it. It's a good episode, I think.
Yeah,
And now you talk.
it was an episode of Voyager. I'm gonna get T-shirts printed of that at some point. Professionalism.
Dude, I've given.
And now you
It
talk.
was an episode of Voyager.
Yes.
We're like 6 episodes in, and I've given a 9.5 and a 9.7 in Voyager so far. So I really,
Except
I
for the
think
Phage and
Phage was good. Yeah. I think
yeah,
it was-
Phage in the Cloud.
Did I enjoy Phage? I gave it an 8. Yeah, that Phage was good. Phage was good. Like, but
the
like,
Phage is really strong.
I am so looking forward to the Andorian incident. Like, I'm very hyped for like 0.1 Shran.
If I recall, I don't think it's quite as good as you remember, but it's still got Shran in it, so it's going to be fun.
Exactly.
No, yeah, it's fine, but nothing really super great happens.
Eye of the Needle's good as well. We got that coming up. Like I remember that was.
Is that one of the episodes where what's the one where Archer and T'Pol are like tied up back to back, and they're trying to like get out of this. They're tied over the rope, and they have to like flip around, and they're like almost kissing each other, and it's really awkward.
I think that's the sequel. I think that's the sequel to Andorian.
That's the one with Dean Stockwell, isn't it?
The Suliban
no,
prison.
that's the Suliban episode.
Yeah.
No.
No,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure the one you're thinking of, and the reason why I think of Shran is because there's a sequel episode where Shran's like, "I'll only talk to Archer because I trust him."
T'Pol and Archer are the ones tied up.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They get shot down while they're trying to do the diplomatic thing, and Shran and I think his lieutenant are like trying to find them. Yeah, Tessa. Yeah,
that's a good one.
Yeah. It's a good episode. Yeah.
Savala's good in it too.
Yeah. That's where, because it's like you take one episode to set up, and then pretty much every subsequent appearance of Shran just builds on that, and he's a fucking great character. And Andorians are cool. They just are.
We've also got Dax coming out, which was a Gregory Itzin episode. Like, and I remember that being better than it appeared.
It's like the most boring courtroom episode ever. Plus, it's a remake of that Voyager one, where like they accuse Paris of sleeping with this woman or whatever.
No,
and
you're
he
thinking
has to, like,
of
relive the moments in his mind.
You're thinking of the Odo one where Odo gets accused. No, Dax is the one where.
No, I know which one it is because Dax like sleeps with the general's wife or whatever.
No, no, that's not the episode. Dax. Dax is the one where the other Trill comes and steals her symbiont.
Yeah, what's the one with it?
I don't feel like that's the case actually. It's
the Dax courtroom one.
Is it? Am I getting confused then? What was that?
I feel like you're getting confused. I'm pretty sure that Alter is right and that season 1 Dax is actually about Symbiont being put on trial.
Oh, what's the one where someone comes and nicks it then?
That's season 2. That's Invasive Procedures.
Oh, okay. Okay, well, I thought that was Dax. Okay.
Fake fan! Fake fan!
Sorry, all these boring DS9 early season episodes just blend together. Doesn't get interesting till the Defiant turns up.
Star Trek.
They're all like 1,000 episodes.
Yeah. My son came down today, and I was doing some stuff from the channel. I was updating descriptions today, and I was doing scheduling tweets for the things coming out. And he just looks around the room and he goes, "You've got Star Trek pictures up. You're looking at Star Trek on your screen. You've got Star Trek models on your desk and Star Trek behind you. Dad, why do you like Star Trek so much?" I'm like, I don't even know anymore. I just do. Why do you like Minecraft so much?
It's just good.
Dude, sit him down with some episodes that
have actually.
You think he could digest and that you enjoy.
We've been doing Prodigy. I need to get him back on it.
All right.
We did watch.
We should get Overtired and Booter on here. Like they're basically co-hosts at this point.
No, we sat and
watched...
watched.
but Booter has been on.
A TNG episode.
I love it.
And there was a bit at the start where the ship, it zooms about the credits. He's like, "Yeah, I'm excited for this," and he went, "Dad, when's the space battle happening?" I'm like, "Well, there's not a space battle every episode. No, Picard's going to do a lot of talking. That's the good bit. That's the really good bit. Listen to him talk. Isn't he informative?" And he's just like, "I'm going to go."
Yeah, no, for kids, that's not going to sell.
Yeah.
Maybe like show him Disaster.
Yeah. No, I'll show him a Sacrifice of the Angels. I'll really traumatize him. You want some action,
I'll give him a
kid?
completely wrong idea of what's going on. Yeah.
If you guys could have any guest star, some actor you enjoy on an episode of Trek, any series, where would you mix and match?
Oh. Do they have to have been on Trek before, or just anyone?
No, just anyone.
Arnold Schwarzenegger as an admiral. That could be fun.
Which series?
I think DS9. I think he'd be the admiral on the comms, because he's the only one that could really keep up with Avery Brooks' energy.
Okay.
Where are my planes? Where are my flying cars? I was promised flying cars.
Oh, you enjoyed that IBM
Fucking love
commercial
it.
then, did you?
So good.
It's so good.
I gotta find it. I think I only put it in the thing. Where are my flying cars? Let me find it while you're talking.
Avery Brooks is screaming in the street for 3 minutes. So good. Who would I pick?
I think I want Jim Carrey in a very serious role opposite Anson
You can do
Mount
it.
in Strange New
You can
Worlds.
do it.
Some kind of weird, like, moral dilemma, Mud type, maybe story. Well, no, but like a serious take on Mud, maybe. I don't know. I just
he has
really
the
like
chops,
serious
like,
scary, for sure.
Like Truman Show and like Eternal Sunshine are both like really good showings of that.
On a similar note, you know, Nicolas Cage has always said he wants to. He's a massive Trekkie. Like he would love to do Star Trek.
Oh, I have it. I want Willem Dafoe as a villain.
Yeah.
Or a hero.
Dafoe,
Actually, fuck it. I just want Willem Dafoe or
No.
Jeffrey Wright.
You have
I
to
love
do
both
what you
those
do with
guys.
any sort of semi-serious actor that comes in Star Trek. You have to make them a Reman. Just put them on a load of makeup and never give them any lines. Anyway, here it is.
I was promised flying cars. I don't see any flying cars. Why? Why?
He's so angry.
So fucking. I mean, valid.
Where are my flying cars?
You're like, yeah. What don't I have flying cars, bitch?
Do you think he knew? Like, did they give him a script that said "ask why" 3 times, or did they just record him asking why a few times and then like splice it together?
They didn't even ask about the flying cars. He just turned up on set one day. It's like, I just had this thought. Where are my flying cars? Actually, we need you to talk
He's
about
like,
the
IBM,
IBM
what's
36 series with the 2 megabytes of RAM. No, but the flying cars, man, where are they? Sorry.
All right, so Willem Dafoe in which series?
So I'm thinking about it, and I'm thinking, can I get multiple choices? Can I like just dream match this?
Fine, but you got to rank them in order of preference.
Okay. If I could only have Willem Dafoe once in all of Star Trek, I feel like I would want him to be. Oh, it's
He
like
would be a
choosing
good
where to be a
Cardassian.
platinum.
That's a good call.
That's a good pick. No, you know what? I'd want him to be like a tragic captain character in Strange New Worlds. Because, like, here's the thing: you think of Defoe, you think of like Green Goblin, you think of it, but he can do tragedy and he can do pathos really well, actually. And like someone who has like that kind of arresting features that he has, but like play completely for tragedy and for sympathy. Like, I feel like a heroic character would be really good.
Actually, his features would be right at home in TOS, because like how many of those guys have we talked about? They're like, oh, he was handsome for 1966 or whatever. Like,
oh, come on!
Oh, you're cruel.
You're mean. All right, and if I could have a second choice, yeah, I'd want him to be a villain in Discovery. Just make him like a
something. Of a
make him a Cardassian
himself.
version of the Joker, a Cardassian Joker.
It could be interesting. Yeah, just a raging psychopath, a Lon Suda of
Yeah.
Cardassian.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
Go
that'd
for
be
it.
cool.
Yeah, no, totally.
Yeah, give me
how are you guys ending Discovery?
Oh, I don't know.
How?
I feel like everyone's just saying
Me
the word.
personally. Yeah, I'm happy with it. Just to be a happy ending. I want a happy ending for them. I feel like those characters have earned it.
I think Saru's getting his own ship.
Yeah.
I think Burnham's.
I feel like
yeah.
Michael and Booker will settle down.
I think she'll stay captain, and they'll just like sail off the ship. She won't leave.
Yeah.
I mean,
have they already filmed this?
yes, yeah, it's been done
Yes, yeah, they has. Yeah.
Okay.
Done.
Because I think
Locked in.
that might limit the number of open-ended things they leave for a Academy show.
Yeah, we're still not.
Because if it's supposed to be the same time frames,
Yeah.
like I would expect, I
Yeah,
would
but
have
I'm sure
expected
they would
them-
probably have written it for that with that in mind. They
You
would.
think so?
I'm sure that. I feel like they would have done. Like it's a case of okay, cool. Discovery is getting cancelled or whatever, but we're going to give you a chance to refilm the thing. And they're like, cool. Can you leave open a few things if any of you guys want to come back? And then they ask people, hey, do you want your character to die, or do you want to leave open the possibility of coming
I
back?
mean, yeah.
I imagine probably all of them said I want to come back because people like getting paid money, and then they were fine.
I mean, they've talked about doing like smaller films, like the Section 31 film. They want to do more of those. I can see a Discovery film, like a one-off special set, like 10 years after they're like Burnham is an admiral now, or whatever, just to piss off all the haters. Saru is like
she's the CNC of Starfleet.
Yeah, it's the CNC, yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh, I'd love it. Oh, the look on Otto's face. Oh, I'd relish it. Oh, yeah.
No, but she has to go and get Vance out of retirement because there's a situation that she can't handle.
No, you know what? You just do the scene from Enterprise, from Search for Spock, where Morrow is like, "Oh, you can't have the Enterprise. It's had it stay," but it's like Burnham and someone else.
Yeah, you can't have the Discovery. It's mine.
It's
always
had its
been
day.
mine. Ever since I set foot on it, it's been mine. I was there when I was a criminal, and I'll be there when I die. she just weirdly turns into the new Kirk.
Oh, I kind of enjoy that actually.
It could be quite funny. I'd go with it.
Then she just walks over to a transport pad and gets 2 people killed by accident.
I feel like that's already happened. No, not yet. She shot Samus into space.
No, I would have heard about it on YouTube.
Yeah, that's true.
I would have heard about it on YouTube.
Oh, she shot Arium into space. That technically counts.
No, none did that.
Oh, did she? Oh, okay.
What if, dude? What
Yeah,
if we
because it
get,
was the entire thing was like she couldn't do it, so none had to do it for her.
what if we get George Samuel Kirk in season 5 of Discovery?
Oh, what, he time travels?
What?
Awesome. Yeah, okay. Why not?
You mean Sam Kirk, or do you mean George Samuel
Oh,
Kirk?
I completely forgot they time travel. I was just thinking like,
Yeah, they're about 1,000 years
'Cause-
away.
yeah, sorry, I haven't seen the latest season, so, and I barely remember 3. No, because I just remember, timeline wise, they were very close. Oh well, there goes that idea. I'm just
Well, you
I was
know
trying to
what?
think of how we can
Here's the-
shoehorn Sam into more stuff.
You want an easy one? Guess what? Michael and Sam were probably the exact same academy class because they're both xenoanthropologists.
Ah, that's true. Yeah, they
Exactly the same time period. They would have
Would
known
it
each other.
bother?
Absolutely, they would.
Would it bother you if an established main cast Trek actor did a different role in Star Trek?
Not really.
Depends who and what, because it's one thing for a background actor to then turn around and be a main actor, or 2 guest stars, because it's happened. A guest star has turned to be another guest star in another episode. It happens all the time. But I feel like if you got someone like Doug Jones or Sonequa Markham Green turn up and they're a main
I feel like
cast-
you picked a bad example there because Doug Jones
Yeah,
just recast.
Yeah, but
That's a bad
he's
pick.
he's already been. Okay, if he's in the makeup, but his voice is too
Slather him in
recognisable.
makeup. Yeah. Well, no. So.
But it's like there's an Enterprise episode where Odo turns up. Renee Auberjonois turns up, and I just cannot think. I cannot get Odo out of my head the entire episode. It kind of ruins that episode for me. I wish they'd picked somebody else. Cole Meany was playing the same character, Booter, so that doesn't really count. It has to be a different character.
Yeah, that's definitely not the right thing. Yeah.
Yeah, like Brent Spiner playing a different character. Yeah, yeah, okay, fine. That is also cheating because he does that as well. I don't know. I'd like to
It
think
makes me sad.
Go
on. Burnham and Tilly, I think, are the only 2 characters maybe in all of Discovery who I don't like. I love the supporting cast. Cruz is great. Anthony Rapp, once he stops being a dick in early season 1, I really like him. Doug Jones is fantastic. The captains they brought in are really good. Tig Notaro's great. It's those are I think the only 2 I don't like, but they get so much that it makes it hard for me to enjoy Discovery.
Well, you like Discovery season 4 because Tilly's not in it the second half.
Was that? Is there a real life reason, or was it?
No, I think there's a real life reason she went to go and do a play, but then they just say to her, "Oh, you're going to go over," and she wants to go and teach at the academy. So basically, she flies off and then turns up in the finale.
She pulls a Bev Crusher.
Essentially, yeah. But she's in season 5. So, but if that was it, but no, I like Tilly. I like Burnham, but then
I don't hate her. It's just I don't enjoy the character.
Okay,
so.
here's the situation, right? End of season 5. This is the cliffhanger they set up. They end up, going the whole the episode happens, and then they reunite for one last thing, and they go oh, we found this ancient relic in this cupboard, and they go through, and there's a figure hunched over on a chair, covered in dust, and they activate it, and it's Jean-Luc Picard's Gollum. He never died, and he turns up 1,000 years in the future, and they goes, he goes, make it so to the movie.
It's got Data's head on the Golem.
Oh my god. I'm not here for this. I don't want to hear about this.
Because he could. He's a Golem. He doesn't
mistake.
have to die, like they said he has, but he doesn't have. Patrick Stewart can find any excuse to keep being Picard badly, then he will.
Wait, you say badly?
Badly. Like Kirk, I need you. Badly.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because I was about to say, guess what? It's because season 3, he's not the best he's ever been, but I wouldn't say his performance is bad.
Yeah, it's the voice.
It is the voice.
When he chews out Bev, like you said, the best acting does it across Bev, but when he chews her out, he's like, "You fucking cut me out," and I'm like, "Yeah, there's some Patrick Stewart."
Yeah.
So
I don't know what I never would have. It's one of those things where it's like you're watching this most incredible actor, and he can have chemistry with anyone because he's just Patrick Stewart, right? But there is just something about Gates McFadden. I don't know what it is. It's just straight up chemistry. It just straight up is. You don't know how people are going to react until they're in the front of the camera each other, and they just.
I wish, like, you know, people say things about swearing. You know, you say about Picard saying like, "Oh, fucking this," and that, and people say a lot about swearing. I don't really care about it because, like, he's British. I'm surprised he wasn't swearing the entire way. Like, we're we are not subtle for swearing. But you know, like, could you imagine? Like, if Picard had dropped a few more F-bombs when he was in command of the Enterprise, would it have made a difference? Like, I
feel like he wanted to.
Yeah, like, I like, there was one episode where he's sitting in 10 forward and he says, you know, you remember fucking dipshit, or wherever it was, like, and people are like, oh my god, no, this has ruined the illusion of Picard for me. And I'm just like, this is just what people do when they're under stress. Like, it's realistic. It's not what TNG was, but it's more like what it was.
I think if a series doesn't have the phrase credits for Navy beans in it, then it's not real Star Trek, because language never evolves, and we should stick with what the original series precedent was.
How do you mean?
I feel like I just had a stroke listening to you say that.
No, there's a chief or whatever, Lieutenant DeSalle. He goes, I bet you credits to Navy beans, blah, blah, blah. And it's like a phrase that hasn't appeared in the last 70 years. So it's like language evolves.
Oh, right.
People drop
Okay.
the F-bomb now. It's like,
Yeah.
that doesn't bother me. What are you stroking out? What are you talking about?
Yeah, I had to pass that. Like, there was a bit of that sentence where I was like, did
Okay.
Have we just gone
Right,
through
whatever.
the Babel effect here? Like, is there a Cardassian Marv Morris in your room?
Bread.
Bread.
All right, so when we reviewed Babel, it was so dumb. We spent like 40 minutes talking about the word bread. What other episodes can you reduce to like one or two words?
Calamarain.
And completely.
That's
Warp
the
particles.
one, isn't it?
Warp particles. It's 2 words, but it counts.
Strange it's happened twice. What's the word? Bromoline. For the
Yeah, but that's the same episode, isn't it?
Is it?
Oh no.
No.
No, I think you're
Bromeline's
right.
the one where they basically
Okay.
nothing happens the entire episode apart
Oh,
from
you
how she
pineapple.
finds out
Fuck
that
off.
yeah.
she's
yeah,
allergic
yeah,
to
yeah,
pineapple.
Okay.
The fact that I didn't recognize it from the thing means that it doesn't count.
Okay, no, it doesn't count. Fine.
Okay, it's not a one word, but I can instantly place the episode if I say it. It's when Burnham's like, "Oh, that's that good."
Oh, yeah,
You know, when she's like dressed up on the drug.
Yeah,
Damn.
Okay,
Like,
how about
oh, man, I fucking love drugged up Burnham.
It's basically Cisco's entire speech at the end of In the Pale Moonlight. That's
Well, yeah.
Like, can learn to live with it is definitely, that's evocative in a good way, like, of that whole speech.
Apropos of nothing,
risk is our business. Like, that one is.
But do you know what episodes that's from?
No. I've seen it. I can't remember which episode it was. Though,
Yeah. Yeah, me neither.
Doesn't count. Doesn't count.
No. Okay, fine.
Apropos of nothing, I really love the tiny moment in Family. So it's near the end. Patrick Stewart, he's sulking off into the vineyard, and his brother's after him. He's like, I think you came back so that I could teach you a lesson.
Cancel the parade.
Yeah, in your favor. And this tiny little moment where he's pushing him into the edge, and Patrick stops. He turns around and he goes, "Okay, try it now." And he straightens himself up. He's like, "All right, try to bully me now." I love that little moment where it's like, you always think of Picard being in command and having a spine, but in that moment, like the moments right before that, he is the little brother until he straightens his spine, and I just love that little try it now to his brother.
Because
It's
there's
so good.
something about like the glimpse of the man behind the legend. It's always just a case of like the little very human moments. Because obviously you get human moments from Picard all the time, but then there's the moments where he's just straight up immature, and you get a
Can we
lot
do
in Family where it's like,
Can we Trek Family next, please?
Okay.
Family. I'm better now.
Do we have to
I'm
do?
better. Okay, there you go.
I'm
That's the
better.
reductive one.
Yeah, that's easy. I'm better now.
How about you blew up your own shop, and then get the
That's not bad,
I
no.
got you.
You broke the bloody ship.
Oh yeah, you broke your bloody ship thing. Yeah. No, you broke your little ship.
It broke your little ships, yeah. But he was quoting Galaxy Quest.
Yeah.
He was
Oh,
quoting
right.
Galaxy Quest. You broke the ship. You broke
You
the
broke
bloody
the
ship.
bloody ship.
Actually, Jellicoe's Get It Done. That's another one. Get It
That's a
Done.
good decent one. Yeah.
There's
Dude,
coffee in that
Riker's
nebula.
such a
We just watched
smug bastard.
You know, ask me nicely.
I love that.
Such a cunt. I love it. It's so good. Oh, hang on. No, how have we not done this? No, you can't. Don't even try.
Yeah,
perfect.
that
there
is
you
the
go.
whole episode because that shitty
Yeah.
little alien at the end is so bad. Like you want to erase that part from their memory, but
Yeah,
then,
yeah.
no, you can't. Don't even try.
Oh, warp particles.
You're
That's a good
full
one.
of that kind of incompetence.
Warp
Oh, that's so good.
particles. There are 4
Oh,
lights.
said I
easy one.
can't operate.
Hey.
Yeah.
No, because that one's got sucked out, not blown out. It's got this dawns a brave new day for the crew of the Enterprise. Like that one's got a lot. That one's got a lot of really good lines. Okay, there you go. That's it. All right, you win. Walker, that's it. That's the bread.
The bread of TNG. No, we can turn this. What is your bread of this episode? We have to say it like that. What was that? That could be right.
For Trek.
We can integrate this into Trek Treks. We can say like, what was your best quote? What was your best phrase of the episode? We just say like, what was your bread
What's your
of the
bread?
episode? Yeah. What's your bread? What are you having on your bread?
The most memorable, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Best quote.
Good or bad, the most memorable.
Yeah.
Bread.
Why am I not triggering that? I've got that in here.
Why aren't you triggering it?
That's a good question. Walker. I've got to find it. That's the problem. I've got so many triggers now. It's nearly impossible to find any. No, it's crashed. No, it hasn't. Is it this? Hang on. Load it. This sounds like takes. Is it? No. Wait.
I was promised flying cars. I don't see any flying cars. Why?
Or
Called a plumber to your home lately?
You ever notice how many restaurants are theme based these days?
or,
I can see my house from here.
I love that.
Oh, here it is.
You
I found
remember
it.
the tallest man you've ever seen?
Bread.
Okay, maybe it's not quite as eccentric. If we do it really eccentric, bread. He's good.
I think we were a little bit disappointed about it when it happened.
I sent Idle a clip. I said, add this to the rotation. We were watching Mud's Women, and I think Stars, you were like imitating Majel in the computer, and you just go, big bazonkas. And I'm like, out of context.
Did you say that?
That makes zero sense. I have no clue what that refers to, but it's like big
you need to send that to me
bazonkas.
again. I need to find that.
Oh yeah, because aren't they like talking about
you
the
did- I did
fucking,
find
his
They're live
space
detecting
women?
the computer.
Yeah, the women, and they're like, big, and then like rattling off the
The
bullshit.
women.
The women.
Pinned it. Big bazonkas. The computer in those
Oh,
early
you know-
days was very much like this.
Yeah. Well, it's what like the '60s thought computers were. I've got one. This is a private conversation.
About our frustrations.
That's true. Is it? There's no like real memorable punchy line outside of that, is there?
Private conversation. The grapplers. Oh no, the grapplers from.
I love the
No,
grapplers.
that's
I love-
old
that's-
scientist.
I love the grapplers.
Well, for Subspace Rhapsody, there's a few other ones. There's like
Oh, I know the exact one. Hang on, I've got it as a
Okay.
trigger. Hang on, I gotta find it.
Do you?
Oh, I do. It's a trigger in there. This one.
Why you only calling us when you got your dramas? One of these days we'll repay you, we'll slay you.
I appreciate that you went through for the full thing.
Dude, the fact that they got Bruce Hork for that is actually really nice.
That's beautiful.
Have you
yeah,
seen
it's really
the
lovely.
original Klingon operatic version? They put it up as a. Oh, let me find it. Hang on, I'll play it to you. We should get copyright valid for this.
I'm actually very satisfied with what they put out
Yeah,
for
yeah.
the Klingons there. So
Klingons opera cut. Let me see if I can find it. Klingon singing. Hang on.
all right. So what other swings do you anticipate in Stranger World season 3? Like what kind of genre defining or
They've got to do-
defying
they've
stuff
got to
do
do
you
puppets,
think they
haven't
might
they?
do?
Puppets for sure.
You think so?
I'd love a puppets. I'd love puppets. That'd be great. I'd adore that.
In what context? How do you work puppets into a Star Trek episode?
Alternate universe. Alternate universe. In fact, they already did it in Lower Decks.
Oh, you mean the characters as puppets? I thought you meant like the
yeah.
characters. Okay.
Okay, well, there you go. You have to go to a planet where the only way they talk to you is if you've got puppets.
Have you guys seen the movie What About Bob?
No.
I have not, but I know what it's about.
We got to watch. That's so good. Anyway, there's a moment.
Bill
where
Murray, right?
Dreyfuss-
Yeah.
Yeah. Richard Dreyfuss is a therapist, and he wants to talk to his daughter, but one of the techniques he uses is they both have like dolls of themselves. So they're standing there holding a doll of themselves, like talking to each other. That's how you can work it in.
Yeah, no, that works.
I found the clip. Here we go. I think this should go through to you. Let me know if you.
Why have you? This is all you're doing. This calamity and ruin. Soon we'll repay you, we'll slay you. You'll draw your last breaths at the end of Armiclans. We'll make your blood scream. We'll make your blood scream for eternity.
Yeah, there you go.
Dude, I gotta say, K-pop is a billion times better than that.
You've seen the light.
Yeah, that's good. It was a good choice. I like that version though. I like you get a proper like Bruce Horak singing like a, you know, it's cool.
Yeah, no, it's not bad, but like that funny moment is something that
I think like I hated it the first time I watched it because I was like, oh my god, what are they doing? But then like now it's
you
like
said you both hated it, and I couldn't believe it.
I know, but now
No, it was a knee jerk reaction of like, oh
Yeah,
god, I hate this, and then like every subsequent thing, I'm like, I
love
enjoy
it.
It was the first time, yeah.
I really need
That's
to
the
go back
kind of
and adjust
moment
my
you walk out of the theater and talk to your friends about. That's like the first
Yeah.
thing you would mention. So
It actually is, yeah. You're totally right.
all right, have
but
we
yeah,
hit
no, I
our
think-
allotted 2 hours yet?
We have.
We
Yeah.
have.
Dinner?
I think I actually, I am actually quite hungry. I would like to go and eat. Am I allowed to eat? Can I eat idle?
You can only eat when we've tiered all the Mass Effect characters. No, I'm joking. We'll do that all the time. So yeah,
Garrus is S tier, and so is Tali. There you go. It's done.
just to wrap up.
Assimilate this.
To wrap up, we're doing some new stuff for 2024. We'll do more games. We're going to do more fun stuff. We'll do less experimental stuff and more stuff that's going to be like bland and shit and that's easy to produce because that's how lazy I am.
No, we just like being. Because guess what? It's all very well and good to be like, oh, we'll do this, we'll do that. But you want consistency.
The important thing is, for 2024, I just want us all to do it together because there's nothing more that makes my week than the three of us and our extended Trek Time family as well, all talking together and having fun and a laugh that we do because I love you guys and I love everyone in chat and all that, so it's great fun.
Yeah, guess what? Like, this is like I genuinely do really love doing this. Like, that's why I don't know. I would miss you guys so immensely. Even when I don't do it for a week, I'm like, man, I miss. Like, what was I doing on Wednesday? I wasn't doing the thing. That was a fucking
We had like 2
foolish thought of
Wednesdays.
me.
I was just like, Louisa's like, what are you doing here? I'm like, well, we're having a holiday. Like, it's Christmas. Like, she's like, oh.
Yeah, no, this is our time.
She was like,
time
this
for
is
the
my
birds.
Wednesday alone time. What are you doing? But yeah, we'll be back next year. I'm going to put an announcement out fairly soon. I think we'll be back with Timelines Talks on the 15th, if that's the Wednesday, I forget. But we're back with that then. The last few episodes of Timelines Talks, because I have to do the complete 100. Are you that hungry, Otto? You're eating your cat.
Someone's got to.
And after that, we'll see. At any rate, guys, thank you very much for coming. I'm going to go have another drink and get some sleep. And Happy New Year!
Happy New Year!
I hope your 2024...
The newest of happy years.
The newest of happy... The best, the newest, and the awesomest of happy new beers. Happy
What
new
time
years.
is it there for you guys?
Half
Is it
10.
11:30 there?
Half 10.
10:30.
Okay.
Yeah, not too bad. Not too late. Good for a holiday.
Time for food.
Time for food. Time for beer. Time to sit and watch something. Anyway, live long and prosper, everyone. We'll see you soon. We'll see you next year.
Live
Have a
long
good
and
New
proper.
Year.
Should old acquaintance be forgotten?
Yep. And all that. And there's nothing more celebratory that I can give you than some more TJ Hooker. So everyone, see you later and ta-ra! Oh no, now I've got to keep talking because the mariachi's on. See you later, guys. Bye.
So, this is what we've decided. Lisa gets you Tuesdays and Fridays. I get you Mondays and Thursdays.
We, alternate Wednesdays and weekends.
Hold on, I don't think I'm old enough to hear this kind of thing. Ladies, good day. Romano, good luck. You can return my car in the morning. If you can still drive, I'm taking the bus.